IC/Oximo pesquisa exibição de visão aplique 5100 e no Instagram.
Beleza, galera, mais um vídeo aqui no canal hoje, começando mais uma vez, estamos de volta com a semana agora número 3 do Call of Duty. Esse é o nosso Instagram.
Edit profile foto.
Nos segue aí, galera, para ajudar a gente a alcançar
Edit profile,
nossa meta de 1000
foto,
seguidores para
exibição,
poder
visão,
transmitir também dentro do Instagram. Lembra de comentar, deixa o seu like, compartilhar o vídeo, ajuda bastante o canal. Major League. Lembrando, semana 3, hoje dia 20, não sei se está sendo 22 ou 24 este vídeo. Está sendo no dia 24 ou dia 22, não sei. Está sendo no dia 24, por causa que temos o evento do Xbox também. Então temos muitos eventos para vocês aqui no canal. Falta 1 minuto para começar. E lembrando a todos, nesse mesmo dia eu gravei os amistosos do dia 21 e do dia 22. E ainda fiz o meu médico esse dia. Pois não, galera, vamos fazer esse anúncio para vocês. Tá me lembrando, temos muitas coisas para falar com vocês dessa liga, na semana 3. E lembrando, temos também a semana 4 também, que já virá em breve também. Vai dar tudo quase em sequência, né? Vai dar tudo em sequência. E lembrando, a ordem que estão os vídeos no canal dos eventos são a ordem que eu gravei, ok? Na lista. Porque vai estar marcado o Call of Duty primeiro, o 1 e 2 e o Xbox também. Talvez o terceiro episódio sai da semana 3. Antes do evento do Xbox. Então aqui o Xbox vai sair antes dos outros dois vídeos, 2 e 3. Assim, não ficarem perdidos, né? Então, temos muito mais aqui no canal. A liga é grande o caminho. E esse foi os melhores momentos que estão vendo aí na tela da liga.
Hello one and all and welcome into the 2026 Call of Duty League. We are here for Black Ops 7. I'm your host Chris Puckett, back with a new duo on the couch to start off the season. They go back to Call of Duty Ghosts in a World Championship matchup together. I want to start with you, Joe. 2026, Mr. Merc. What do you want to see in the new year?
I mean, there's a lot of things I want to see, but I think the thing that I'm most excited about is going to be the CDL audiences at the events, right? Starting Major 1 in Dallas, then we're going to Birmingham here now. All the tickets being sold out. I cannot wait to get to these lands.
Who is going to have the biggest and loudest crowd? That is going to be one of the big questions on the year. And what
Lembrando a todos que eventos vai ser tudo às 7 da noite.
Seasons that we've had, and looking back at MW3, having a different team win all the majors, it's just exciting. And I think with the parity that we have in the league right now, that has a definite possibility. So hopefully we kick some things off with a bang and an amazing crowd, like Joe said.
You can see the standings here behind our guys, but some big news and a shakeup in Carolina. One of your mainstays,
teremos outros eventos menores quanto a tarde.
For over a decade is hanging up the controller. Slasher, aka Austin Litigo, going all the way back to winning titles in AEW. Now playing in the most recent title, feels like this is his time to call it quits. And we wanted to catch up with the man and talk to him about it. But as we take a look at this, This is a mainstay,
a
staple in competitive Call of Duty. I mean, look how young this guy was.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I saw Slasher all the way back in the day, coming up playing some Search and Destroy, a game he always prided himself in, and, you know, quickly catapulting himself to the top of the league. One of the greatest ARs that we have ever seen. And I think, you know, from the outside, having never teamed with him and kind of just watching him throughout his career, I always admired his approach towards Call of Duty and the way that his teams just strategically tried to get an edge every single tournament and every single year. And Slasher seemingly defied the odds with so many different rosters catching championships.
Yeah, I mean, it felt like he was always in the mix.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, as long as he competed, that is just, I don't know, such a quality to a player to always be competing for titles, and no matter what, it felt like he was there.
6 different Call of Duty titles. You saw him in 21 event finals. There he was, winning alongside Doug Sensor Martin. I remember some great times back in AW watching him on the FaZe clan, and it doesn't matter which team you cheered for throughout the last decade in competitive Call of Duty. Slasher was probably on your roster at one point or another.
Yeah.
We see all kinds of love pouring in from around the Call of Duty community. Clayster, but Liddy go. This is one of the legendary ARs. He joins us live to talk about his new change. Slasher, I was devastated when I saw the news. The oldest man in the league is hanging it up. This is something that you've been thinking about for a while, though. Why was now the time?
Jogos rolando para ser campeão.
I don't know. I don't think there's ever really a good time to do it. I think we're just going home for the holidays. I kind of realized that, you know, when you're playing COD every day and like trying to be the best, you're sacrificing a lot. And I kind of being home around family and friends, I realized that maybe it's not worth all these sacrifices anymore. And I've kind of done a lot, played for so long. I think there's some, you know, more important things I want to prioritize in my life and be around some people a little bit more. So yeah, I think it was just time for me.
Well, at just 31 years old, you've already banked $1 million in your professional career. We've seen what you've been able to accomplish with a number of different teammates. I got to ask you, though, what are you most proud of in your Call of Duty career?
I think the easy one is to say winning COD champs, but I'm going to go with being able to complete my degree while also winning COD champs.
Yeah. My guy.
The wizard.
Yeah. We were all talking about that back in the day. Like, how is he doing this? How's he better than us while doing a degree and competing? But I wanted to ask you, Slasher, you know, you've had a ton of trials and tribulations in your career, but also so much success. And through all that, what do you think is the most impressive win that you've had outside of the ring?
Ooh. I think the most impressive one is probably winning with a pickup team in Vanguard. I don't think anyone picked us to win that event.
I did.
We also set the S&D record, which then I was able to beat again the next year. So, yeah, I'd have to go with that one.
I was hoping you said that.
And then last thing for me, I mean, it's something that we don't really talk about, but you've been playing from 2014 to 2026 now, 12 years. One of the longest careers, if not the longest. I'd have to go and look. But I think for you, what has been the quality to compete for that long? Because it is so impressive.
I think the biggest thing for me is just always hard work. I kind of alluded to it in my tweet. I always try to be the hardest worker in the room. Anyone who knows me and competed against me knows I was always in 8s. I was always watching. I was a true student of the game, and I not only tried to elevate myself, but the people around me. So if you're the hardest worker in the room, I think this just goes to show that anything's possible.
Slasher, final question for you. You played with everybody. You played with all the orgs. Best teammate, best org, and who is the one player that you always wished you got a chance to play with that you never did?
Best teammate, that's a tough one. I played with so many guys, but I have to say Apathy was one of my favorite teammates. I think he was always, you know, clutch at big time events like COD Champs. Favorite organization that I played for is probably Nade Shots 100 Thieves, and then the player I did not get to play with, but I wish I did. It'd have to be probably one of two people, either Scump or Crim6.
Slasher, this is not the end of our conversation. We will be catching up with you later throughout the year. Hopefully, we'll have you on the desk at one point. For now, we got to let you go.
Put on that A's hat.
Thank you, guys.
Come on. One final farewell.
I thought he was going to
pick me. Is it next to you?
I thought he was going to
Where the hat at?
That's the Liddy Go. When we come back, we are kicking off the first match of the day, and this is a banger. We got G2 taking on the Riyadh Falcons, and no break needed. The players are ready, so let's just jump into this one because Nameless, in the green room, you said this is the biggest match possible. That no one really understands how crucial of a moment we have just kicking off the first game.
Oh, this is massive. You know, people talk about 2-match day, but this has so many implications going forward because you look at G2, a team with a fantastic preseason sitting at 1-2. They still have some tough matches going forward. You look at the tail end of the schedule, it's Vegas and Koi, a massive win here. And then for Riyadh Falcons sitting at 2-2, if they win this, it pretty much locks up a winner spot. So this is a massive game for both these teams.
As we take a look at the Riyadh Falcons, there has been a lot of hype around the youngster Exnid since he came in representing Saudi Arabia, but then they bring in the 3 world champions. A very tough week, number 1. If you're looking at strength of schedule, they had the hardest opening week. But Joe, where are they at right now? What are expectations? Is this a top 6, top 8 team? Where do you have them?
I mean, I think it's right in the middle of the pack. I think you can see here as we look at our Monster Energy pregame, 2 matches in a row, but I think the key is, I mean, you spend the big bucks on Celium, and he's giving you that 1.2 overall, right? This sort of stats we are used to seeing from this guy. He is phenomenal, but they looked a lot better, right? Winning those 2 games. You're getting moments from everyone, but yeah, that's kind of the question mark. Are they still a team change away from getting into the top 4? I think their ceiling is potentially into that top 4. They're all clicking. If you get 99 kids, if Celium is going off, so it's just, yeah, we gotta wait and see.
You're seeing the firepower from the Riyadh. We got to keep it moving over to G2. Ant, this is the squad you mentioned has a tough road. Can Mamba's crew clean up their gameplay and break into your top 8?
I mean, I think the answer is a yes, but not super confident.
Not a confident yes.
And the reason is because of this G2 team, it doesn't matter what the makeup of the roster is. Minnesota just seemingly is always in a stressful game 5. I mean, we've seen this for years, and they've continued this trend. Like, their one game 5 win away from against Boston, where we're sitting here saying this G2 team's a major player going into this next tournament. So for them, you look at Skies, the one you want to call out here, preseason, he was amazing. They had a ton of success. And now you look at it, the only 2 guys that are playing worse than Skies is Slasher, just retired, and Legend, who's out of the league. So an important week if you're Skies to get yourself back in the positive department and get a huge win.
There's a new game mode available. The map Blackheart is in the mix, but the players say, nah, we ain't squaring up on there yet. Let's take a look at our 5 in front of us. Colossus Exposure, Double Dose of Den, and a Colossus Game 5. Merc, will you do us the honors as we get to our Scuff Pick'ems and declare the winner? How many maps who take?
Dude, I was just thinking, the one standout for G2 has been their subs and on Colossus, and they get 2 of them. But I did pick Falcons 3-2. I'm going all the way to a game 5, and I picked Falcons in my pick'ems.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Falcons as well in this one. I got them winning 3-1.
I'm so far behind.
You're already
doing this? Do I keep sliding?
Yeah, why not?
I think so. No, we're riding with Celium today. We're going Falcons here. The fans are also going green. Everyone believes that if you spend more money, you'll find success. Are we right? Are we wrong? It's time to find out as we send it over to the casters. Miles, you look great there in that free Call of Duty swag.
Free Call of Duty swag, and I'm also still rocking my my winter coat, I suppose is one way to describe all the hair. But Chance isn't wearing glasses, the only member of the broadcast team not wearing glasses today. What do you see today, brother? What's in your crystal ball?
I see everything, Miles. I see a game 5 on the horizon. It is going to be expected. And I think it's going to be a day, instead of the SMGs on Colossus that'll thrive, I think it's going to be the ARs that pop off in honor of
that
he had the A's hat in the background.
He did. And
temos também, además do Call of Duty League,
well done production.
a Evo esse ano.
Number 1. Welcome back, folks. We hope you enjoyed the break over the holiday period. But now we're back. We're back in business and on board with a man who quite literally is nothing but business. It's Celium.
And already starting off showing the headband, not the hat, so we'll evolve however we can. And speaking of evolution, I mean, hey, Pred, in the kill feed already, we're going to have a mix of SMGs on this map. The NPC coming out for 2 of those players. I mean, we had Dylan Envoy pulling out the Razor at one point on this map as well, so we're getting creative.
NPC in the handle Kismet here. Jeremy Stud told me at one point in time that I think Wheeler thinks he's got on the map with that thing. So we'll see if Kiz can also be just that. A deity of his own kind now rolling his way through the map, finding a few kills and on board with Pred right now. 2 spree for him, looking towards a break at P1. 15 seconds, get some kills, get some time, get yourself spawns, boys. And we're on a bit of a pinch here. We'll say, Chance, another NPC.
Yeah, it might be going to be the brand new meta, maybe a kill-specific thing. The NPC, very much a shredder, while the driving, you can chow long-range gunfights with it, so maybe a little bit less of a do at all. Nonetheless, Kremp will show us the goods as G2 set up for the new hill.
On board with new. G2 are in. They're going to be our first team to touch. On board with Estriel. Holding time. Wave of Falcons players now on the approach. Skies can't keep anyone back there now. The approach close towards time. Krem gets himself 1. Mama joins him in the feed. There's going to be a couple more down, and the last man gone. Kiz in there for the Falcons. That's their point.
Huge break and a huge swarm, and that was every
single
time. So teamwork being shown up by the Falcons, and final 30 seconds there for the hold. It is a slow approach. but Skies
Dia
waiting for the
24
kills to fall
ao
into his
dia
lap. He is unsuccessful as this kill feed, it seems like it is being dominated by these NPCs.
Yeah, big work by the NPCs, but not the most playable characters right now are the Falcons. 52 points in climbing, the rotation towards Nu. The foot race is on. Xnid trying to get himself there as quick as he can. Cut down by the duo of Mama and Krem. That's going to be their hard point. Top side of the minimap. Once again, G2, they get there first. Can they hold?
Well, if the break game was good for Riyadh Falcons the first go-round, second time, they got all the bodies here. No trades, though, so Kremp and Mama, nice teamwork working together, and this should be all four dead. Xnid, final man to fall. G2 holding strong.
Holding it together. Well, that's the first attempt. Falcons still got a few left here. 40 to go here on the top side of the map. Pred starts things off with a bang. Trades good. Selling him up next. Can we get a roll in? Also, shout out the skins. Everybody looking fantastic. Dressed to impress today. As Kiz finds himself on time. Can he survive the fight? No! Grim and Mamba. They started this point and they continue to hold.
Yeah, duo ship has been on point, and Krep has looked like a nightmare on this hill. Skies has one kill, and that is all they needed to tie this game up and take the lead. And more importantly for Skies, if you're looking for a little bit extra, he got kill number 2 and the rotation.
Looking for the third. Nope, that's going to be a caster curse if ever I've seen one. 3 in a row though for Estro now, as he finds the point. Lead change in a big way right now for G2. Another massive kill from Kismet. Salim gets involved as well. And we're looking at a potential break shut down immediately by Mr. Bueno.
The poor Bueno can't have any room
Semana que vem é semana 5.
They don't have any trophies on the time. You're worried about the back spawn. Easy trades there from Skies. But again, there's never a moment of hesitation. I feel like these Falcons players are truly flying on this hill. And if not for some wondrous work of Kismet, I mean, I think they get bullied out on the P4 instead. Falcons here
fighting. Vai ter muito evento para poder me ajudar.
Here on this point, they're going to hold on as best they can, trying to maintain what semblance of a lead they once had. Big kills out of X and Kismet now holding on. Here comes another wave of G2 players. Can he get the kills at the very least? Stop the clock running in favor of the Falcons? And the answer right now, no. 10 seconds ago, back to P1, and the first set, an exciting one at that.
Hey, poor Falcons, I mean, they're just fighting the uphill battle the entire way. They've had to walk through the front of every single hill, and they've done so successfully. They got a 20-point lead, but still not a fun game to have before you. Now Kremp continues to be inside the time and let the kills come to him. I mean, G2 have had a little bit of an easier time. Still though, 15-point deficit.
That's just enough of a deficit, but you're not wrong. The Falcons, they've been on the back foot this whole game nearly. They're still with the lead. Can they keep it going? Minnesota now answering back in a big way. Krem on a 4. He's putting in all the work possible. Nearly there with the Hellstorm. Might find another one. An assist would have been nice, and he's going to get it over the top. A 5 spree, streaks, and over 100 points G2 go.
All right, this has been a perfect hold on P1 as well. They have flipped the spawns 2 different times, and they have controlled it the entire way. So G2's communication right now on point. Estriel, easy job being the super soaker, and there's the communication rolling through. Instant snap to go through the front. Knows he has to worry about statue side and eventually overwhelmed. But the good news for G2, they are continuing to stay ahead of the game. Every single rotation has been won by these guys. They have cleared house. Falcons now spawning all the way across the map, and they have all the space they could possibly want.
G2, beautiful stuff. While the Hellstorm soars above the sky, we're going to dive in for a listen in. We're listening with G2 Minnesota.
Se va esto en la cocina.
We back out. Garage to the left, it looks like. Top mid. One front. One hit, top mid. Once we finish shot, let's time. One bullet. Come on, garage me. Going back bullet cell time. Garage. He's back garage. Garage, top mid. Turn around. Rotate. Top mid. Wait for me. One bullet top mid. He's gonna go top mid. Another people. One still top mid. I'm going right now. I'm on your mid. Have all right. You kid that. I'm close. I get mid. I'm in now. I'm on mid. No, there's two right. There's two right, guys. I'm tunnel now dead. One right. Two more right. They double tunnel. I flipped. Statue missing one. AG and tunnel. Make sure my guy. Two. One's a bullet. No, team goes. One more tunnel. What is he weak? He's right throwing yellow side on you. I'm shooting. Wait, I'm shooting. Outer crane right now. Take pictures. Outer crane boat. One right, quick. One's boat stuck. Alright, listen, they're all tunnel top mid. Top mid. Yeah, I didn't pin. I'm not even shooting him. I'm done. Same time. I'm gonna tunnel. He's tunnel. One bullet per tunnel. Got me, AG. Go. I'm rotating. I'm getting the right time to jump in. Don't shift right to me. I'm getting over a second. I'm two time mid. I grabbed mid. I'm three mid. One shot. No one calls me weak. He pulled you in the back. Weak. And one's already top mid. In the back. Oh, kids. Got me, AG in the back.
It's a fun one. They're listening fantastic right now from G2. Excitement chance coming out of all orifices.
And you can see they're keeping track in the comms, but the execution on the minimap, not quite there. They let a player through, they lose the back spawns, and that is a rotation botched. And while they've stayed ahead of the rotation the entire map, this is Falcons' first real opportunity to try to run the score up. They just got to get a player in the hill.
Go do it. 8-18 for Skies. What a start line. I'm going to keep an eye on that one as this match continues to develop. 30 to go. Selim, the man, trying to find his way in. Stuns. Anyone here to help out? Looking for at least 1 or 2 picks here. Great bangs there. His teammates said over the top enough to get the damage in. Yeah, and you have to get the next kills. No, it's Estro lying down, managing to stay alive and hold time. Krim with the old jump shot. Wicked work once again out of G2, who still hold.
And this is why Real Falcons is just a wild card team. First time they actually secure the spawns, get a setup, and they lose it in a matter of 5 seconds. Now they're going to have to re-break through the front or just set up for new. Only 1 kill in the feed there for him, and Exnit loses the gunfight on rotation. So a man down as the hill pops. G2 holding strong.
Rolling all together. Still, and another hard point set upon us. Pred finding a nice 2. A third up there from Kiz. Holds now for the Falcons. P1 getting a little bit crazy. They're going to hold this. Are we looking at a lead change? One more decent wave from Minnesota before we start. Oh no, Estro, it's a peach of a nade to get them out of time. And now it's an open hard point. G2 are in.
And no one can buy a trophy in the time as well. So yeah, I absolutely love that. The trophy's on the backside. So that'll protect you if you make it there. But instead, Selling cuts you down before you can get there. And we're about to have a tied up game. And for the first time, what feels like the entire map, Falcons have taken the lead.
Taken the lead by 1 measly second. Can they get a few more? Still on a little bit of P1 scrap to be had. Mamba wins the fight. That's going to be his now. Looking towards New. Exit the man in position. Is he going to get this on the skies? Sure does. Adds the 23rd death to that pile. And 2-second lead. Make it a 3 as we keep rolling forward. G2 a 1v1 on time. And it's over. Cramp on it.
And another deadly P2 setup. You got a Skies sort of mystery man behind you. So a little standoff moment, actually, he's going to be underground. So there's going to be the cutoffs. You get 2 in the feed there from Scrap. Skies gets caught, and Exon might have 2, but now you're flooding through the front. It is a nightmare to have to do, and it's exactly what the Falcons are trying to force.
Magnificent bit of motion there from the Falcons all the way to time. No, it's a couple of nades, and a big win from Skies finds himself 2 more. Estro pushing the front out, and G2 are getting hot on Colossus.
And we're just running it down. I mean, no setups, no pinches, no routes being taken. We are just flooding through, endlessly desperate for this break, but it's a nightmare. It's Freddy corners. You got to check. The setup's always there. You kill 1 man, the trades all but guaranteed. G2 doing a wonderful job on the second hill.
Oh, they're still holding. Rotation done as well. They've got themselves over towards New, and it's Mamba, the man of the moment. Krem can't get any more kills out of that one. He was the MVP with the NPC to start things off. Mamba winning his rotational battle. Pred can't find anything on the flank. Another hold here from G2. We're looking to close it out here.
And this is just a desperation effort once again. Falcons, their entire story has been flooding through the front. Exon on the minimap has 0 health, but you gotta go. It's 7 seconds and you lose the map.
Wait for the kills at the very least. Can't get any more, and that's done. Surely that is it. Last ditch attempt now from the Falcons to fly forward. A contest and a kill. Skies is down, and better late than never. Here we go, G2. It's a 1 and done for the time.
The wild card team, it is the mystery box. Are they going to give us the ray gun? Or are they going to give us a ballistic knife? Can the Falcons do the impossible?
We're trying. Krem trying to make a case for it now. Estrio on the contest. Anybody there? Can we get 1 more set of kills? Wait a minute. It's not done just yet. Pred's still holding. Sky's trying to find the entry. Finds 1 damage over the second. Estrio on the trade. And my good God, we're holding. And on the rotation, Exnit is there.
Well, Kremp has a nice pickup kill, so you're going to have maybe numbers for the Chow. Where's number going to 2 spawn in the back? So no, it is a pure hold and a pure break situation.
Can they hold it though? Here we go. We're watching a great moment here for Exnid. Mamba finding a couple of kills. Oh, Mamba teammate.
Baby.
Mamba 1v1 against Exnid, and he's staying alive. Falcons shown up. Reinforcements are here. And oh my word, Chance.
Okay.
They are holding.
Take a deep breath. Take a deep route. Number 6 working outer. Well, Salim's got it covered. He tried to go through mid. Pred is there. Falcons, they've got everything they want. They can taste this victory.
Here we go. Skies, he's open, brought down. Last chance. Here we go. And ladies and gentlemen, it is over. No Heimlich maneuver required. No choking detected. G2 Minnesota win map 1.
I mean, that's a stressful game. This is the type of map that the scoreline does not really tell the story of what happened. I think the rotations really, to me, felt like the most important thing. Like, you know, your P2s and P4s are more or less your money hills on this map. And I think G2 had 5 out of 6 of those rotations won. And Falcons maybe a dropped opportunity here or there, but they just had to fight a ridiculous uphill battle. And doing so against the NPCs does not look like a fun time.
No, it's a hot one for sure, man. A meta shift in the new year. We love to see it. Exciting stuff as well there from G2. And again, a weird stat line there from Skies, but ultimately you win your rows. You're doing the very best you can to meet your win conditions. But 11 minutes and 44 seconds there of Colossus. That was a ton of fun. Highlights from this one. A lot of love for the MPC 25. Kremp the man with it.
Yeah, and that of course means Merc was absolutely correct on the desk. We are not doing a good job of honoring Slasher's retirement with an AR performance. It was indeed the SMGs that took over. Nearly double 40 bombs rolling through for the G2 boys. And I mean, that's part of what he touched on Colossus. They're absolutely fiends on the map. And yeah, Kremp was basically the walking highlight reel. Yeah,
every time we jumped on board, it was pretty solid. Yeah, great stuff though. Good teamwork again from G2 Minnesota, putting in the work there in our holiday break. A little bit dicey towards the end. As we say, you've got to play perfect Call of Duty when it really gets down to the wire at the very end of a hard point. And we saw it out of Falcons. We saw a couple of good holds and fantastic run from point to point. But again, not enough. A little bit too late, I think, is the way we like to call it here in the league. Reality Falcons down in our first map. And for G2 Chance, now we get to put their S&D to the test. Where are you leading here, mate? And any sort of strong feels going into the search?
The search certainly feels like the mode Minnesota are going to need to be good at throughout the year. They've shown like decent stuff early on, but both of these squads have been very middle of the pack or maybe even slightly below average. So it's really up to them if they utilize their break well enough to sort of make these improvements. We'll get to see. As far as the Colossus goes, the expectation, a very close battle between these two teams, and that absolutely delivers. A double helix game, if you will. I know you love to say that, Miles, but nonetheless, an intro mile, a dub's a dub, and Minnesota have the advantage.
It's just so scary seeing that 249, 250, that flat line at the very, very end of the game, man. Oh dear, that was a scary one. If that climb from the Falcons, if that climb had been a little more vertical, I don't know, man. They had the escape velocity, not only to end the map, but possibly leave the planet. Over to Exposure, Search and Destroy coming up next. So before we get to our double dose of Den, and did I leak the script there? Did I leak the script? Maybe. But until then, Exposure, Search and Destroy. Excited to see some Overload this already in the new year 2026. Very, very excited to see our first LAN Dallas coming up in a few weeks time. Feels like it's rolled by so quickly. Everyone's talking about Birmingham. We're all excited about going back to the UK. We're excited about the change of the tickets and all that stuff and the expansion, blah, 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 blah. Dallas is about to be incredible as well. Very, very excited to put this game in front of you, the fans at home. A fantastic time is going to be had. Here we go though, Chance in the S&D. As you said, who knows, man? I don't know. I'm just here for a good time. I'm happy to be here.
Yeah, brand new map for both the teams as well, right? So not super high expectations. It is all about what they have been delivering in their time off. And certainly if you're one of the ones that pays attention to streams and watches different pro players play, I know Xnid leaks out just passion endlessly. I don't understand Arabic, but I can tell how into it this guy is. He'll play on the servers with your 200 ping. He just wants to play COD. So in my mind for Falcons, that's the player I'm most interested to watch, mainly throughout this entire series. Always a fun spectacle. We'll see what he can deliver.
He's a very, very exciting POV all the way back to Black Ops 6, all the way back to Black Ops 6 when we first really got to see him go crazy. A spicy POV indeed. Crazy to see the Skies as well plays standing up like that. It's another wild and no, not at all, wild and wonderful thing. for Mama, Estriel, and Kremp. We saw that one go their way. First map in the bag. Can they keep the momentum rolling here on exposure? Not a team you want to be sneezing out when it comes to search and destroy every single map, and a serious one. And of course, this major very much stock standard. This is what you would expect. You're going to play your set matches, get your seeding straight, and get rolling in. And that is all going to change in the run up towards Major 2. But less of that, more of exposure. Here we go.
Yeah, and this is also very much a map where you can approach with a lot of different play styles. You got Sky's going to be rocking the sniper, and in round number 1, no trophies. Everyone going to be very patient and allow your snipers to get to work.
You're worrying about the more obvious angles. This Crosshair and Kremp is going to have no cover, but lovely timing to just get away with his life there. Exnid and Co now making the most of this space down low. Kremp's going to get eyes on. Darts and find the first. Kismet with a lovely 2-piece actually to start things off. So a wonderful go around now for G2 Minnesota. Anyone here now to pick up that bomb? Indeedy Skies continuing the move. Okay. Estriel and Kremp down and out. Skies making moves with bomb and sniper.
It did not last very long.
Nope.
He gave Selim a haircut that he does not need because those locks looking luscious on top. But either way, we were talking about how this map, you can afford to have a lot of creative strats coming through. You dodge all the pre-nades off the start, and then guys like Kismet and Falcons, 3 players hitting down low on defense. And I think Kismet effectively lined up those first kills as a virtual collateral rolling through. But, you're playing mind games. That's a round 1 punch for a low hit. Now that's something G2 are going to have to consistently think about in the successive rounds.
It's a weird one. I mean, especially that low part of the map. Once you're outside of that middle column, you must have top mid control. You must have space to work with. Otherwise, you are dead down there. Not a lot of cover. Too many angles to worry about. We'll see. Well, 2 players now from the Falcons making their way through the top side towards B. Diligently checking every single corner, and Extend on the wall jumps again. Lots of intel through that middle of the map.
You got what? Yeah, Kismet versus Kremp battle down low. 2 Falcons players playing with the idea of working towards B, but that's not the call. Whatever they sensed on the map, you saw Exnid doing all those sort of jump checks. He sees it's clear and is able to get the plan. If he can get out with his life, that's huge.
Yeah, it's got oh, he's not alive though. Kremp does manage to find his way in. Patching himself another one now. Man advantage for G2. Kremp checking all the usual spots, nobody home. Pressing that space forward. They've got an opportunity now to get on top of the bomb and maybe get a defuse. Mamba makes it that bit easy with 25 seconds to go. A lovely bit of a flank now from Kremp. Huge work on the final kill. The last man down. 20 seconds to get that one, and Minnesota will tie it up.
Yeah, and that is, for Exnid, a very difficult situation. Great job of getting the plant down, but I think he had a very small window of opportunity to get out. When Kismet gets those tags in the guy in the window, you more or less have to break from it, but too many G2 players were there, so Exnid just gets trapped in, and then you execute in the 4 versus 3. So Minnesota happy to give up the bomb plant, trusting their retakes, and we've had 2 defensive round wins.
Also nice to see on the retake there from the G2 boys, not afraid to take space through mid-map and get as creative as possible with these big old 3-lane opportunities you have in Black Ops 7, the way the maps are built. Cool to see early on there from G2. Not afraid of that space. Top side of the map that we're going this time route to the solar fields. Kremp leading the charge right now for G2. Anyone home? Exnid with a sweet corner, and Kismet, he'll be able to get into the fight as well. Stuns now in effect. Kiz might be the decider here for the Falcons on this push. Damage is in. He doesn't get the first blood either. So now Exnid, having to hold the line alone, finds himself a trade 3v3.
And Exnid at least does enough to sort of slow him down. So G2 getting out of dodge. And if they have no map presence, you can see they are paranoid about this pinch coming through. I mean, no intel on Pred, no intel on Selim. And because that round 1, they triple hit down low. I mean, number 6 is afraid of that play. Of course, so they're going to reposition and go over towards B. The Mon Games only has costed them time. It does look like that site is just wide out in the open.
That's all yours. That's all yours, fellas. Yeah, plant that one. Estriel will be on it. Skies, rear security watching the flank. Kremp oscillating between the front. And this is going to be an interesting retake now from the Falcons. We're all going to be hitting through the tank side. Skies, the first line. And here we go. Round 1 lines them up for Bueno. And it's a delightful way to get it going. Pred now clawing to keep this together. Next fight will be against Estriel. The star now. No connect. Still a 2v1. What's a smoke? I take it back, and now an opportunity to get a little bit closer. Estrel, you haven't checked the top, and Pred from up high catches one. Are we there for the immediate trade? 10 seconds is not going to be enough, and that is that for Pred. A decent attempt, a touch slow, and that is going to be Minnesota taking the lead.
Yeah, Pred's stats are going to end up looking good. 4-1 start, but no dice there in the round, and I think Falcons a bit of a missed opportunity, right? Like, because of their strat on round one, you see the mind games were having an effect on G2, on their setup, their approach over towards the B site. I think Falcons just did not respond with the right energy. And then Skies, of course, picking a very aggressive angle to hold this. Turns out to be the perfect call. Lines players up for what is effectively the second collab of the game.
True. Very true. A short game, 2 essential collabs. Selling with the bomb carrier right now for the Falcons. No kills to his name just yet. We'll still see if Pred can make something of that 3 spree. And this long line of sight here. Tons and tons of shoulders thrown. Krem, I think they know he's up there. I would just hang tight, Krem. Literally. You are in a... Nope. You're dead, Krem. Sorry, mate. You're gone. I would not hang tight. I will see you in the next round. A minute to play.
Yeah, he was cooked. That was an interesting attempt, but yeah, Falcons just doing a nice job sniffing that one out. Still, though, 55 seconds. You haven't made any commitment to either site just yet, so Falcons still need to get to work. I mean, Mamba's pushed up towards the middle of the map. He's got Estra here for a little bit of support. There is potential here in this 3v4.
And the timing from Mamba, has he made it through? He has. Certainly hasn't seen him. Pred does, though. Thank goodness for that. Falcons watching each other's backs and their fronts very, very well. Great advantage right now. G2 don't want they can claw this one back. Still on a spree. Pred, can he get another? No need. A bit of an assist, though. Another red dot on the new map to fend with, and that's going to be a big win from Estrel. No more left in the tank, though, for G2 Minnesota. They're down and out. Falcons find the equalizer. 2-2.
That's huge. I mean, whoever got the intel on Kremp in the floating crate there probably gets the most credit for the round, but Pred picking up Mamba as well. Nice little impact play, because Mamba, very awkward, a little strange with the timing underneath ring. Do you want to jump up? Do you want a full send? But what Kremp wants is maybe stronger flat jacket, because, yeah, that bad boy landed directly on his face.
Yeah, I think there was no asking whether or not he was going to survive that one. A 2-2. Once again, G2 will be in the attack this time round. We've seen a bomb plant towards A and B. Decent love here on exposure. Slight stronger leaning towards the middle of the map right now for the Falcons defensively, but Estrel, oh, I love this hit. We're going to go for it. I'm not sure what Kismet knows. If anything right now, it's a close range gunfight, and it might be true trouble. No, he's got away with his life. Here come the rest of the Falcons reinforcements.
Give me NPC. He dropped 40 with that. Drop shots ever so slightly shaky.
Just ever so slightly. Sky's tagged up as well, so now not going to be able to bring his recon into the battle just yet. And the Falcons, under the coverage of smoke, here we go, trying to retake the site. Over the top, we're going to find at least one Estrel starting the proceedings with a lovely bit of work and a second to his name as well. And now come Trem over the top, and he's doing everything he can to cause problems, but he hasn't got involved yet. No, stop shooting. What's going on here? Doesn't matter. Forget about it. G2 take the round.
Kremp's making me nervous. Estrel's out here putting on a tour, a masterclass over towards that actual site in the smoke, but all's well that ends well. I think Mamba was there for the final cleanup kill, so you see on a strategic front, Kremp knows who he's going to be working with in that moment, and that's certainly dicey. Smokes out, a lot of chaos there around the B site, but they absolutely deliver, and yeah, Kremp just trusted himself more than I did.
He did. He counted 4, and he was like, yeah, I got it, and turned away. But he did not hit all 4, unfortunately. The muscle memory may be too good. Well, either way, G2, they take the round. A fun one indeed. Selium getting himself on the board there, 2 kills. And lovely tags, and even better off the wall jump to keep Skies and that sniper rifle out of play for as long as possible.
I mean, I can see Skies through the wall, and I couldn't even see him on Selium's screen. Selium is, in fact, built different.
Yeah, unbelievable, man. Unreal. Yeah, I mean, you're taking this fight again and again and again, and Skies is unable to really get that going. He's one of the more dangerous snipers we have in the league as well. So the melons on MacArthur, gargantuan.
Oh, boys, back to round 1. You're going for the bomb plank. Can you get the man out? Selium doing his job to cover.
Yeah, speaking of melons, that was the harvest, and now we reap the fruits of the of their harvest. That's another bomb plant. Here we go, Falcons. You got yourself in a sweet spot. Kremp's out of the equation. You've still got Estriel on a mean flank. He's going the long way around. We'll see him in a moment, but 30 seconds to go now. You've got shoulders to shoulder on the inside of the mid-map. This should be coverage towards the bomb. Here comes an attempt now from G2.
Just too good of a setup.
Great
Nothing you could do. Yeah, nothing you could do at all. Kismet and Celium close the door. Celium gives you the first blood as well. And I mean, if Celium's menacing enough to back the snipers down on Chalice like that, sort of a poor sign there for Skies and G2. And also a little bit of credit to Exnid. I mean, the real play that G2 tried to make was tripling up on the pinch, and Exnid gets the intel and stays alive, backs down, doesn't let anybody slip the net. So he delivers on one front, and Kismet and Cell deliver every single kill in the round. Falcons continuing to fight.
That's one of those rounds where, yeah, Cell, he takes over the top side of the map alone nearly. Forcing so much there from the G2 boys on the attack once again. We don't really see a whole lot of the offensive snipes here from Skies, or from any of these teams actually, but hey, there you go. Don't worry about it. Nades are good. Lovely work there from Mamba. Trophy now working for Skies on this side of the map. It does give him a little bit of a damage though, so he has to back up. Towards the B-bomb site we go once again. We've seen success here. This time, though, Celium brings the boomstick. Can he strike? No, we cannot just yet. Stuns are going to connect, though. We are going to see the reinforcements from the Falcons and a seriously late flank there from Kismet. Hold on, boys. Help is on its way, but by the time he gets there, G2 are gone.
It's lovely play call. Quicker you plant the bomb, the better in this situation. Estriel hasn't dropped the rock just yet, but with no coverage, should be able to get it down for free. And now it's just about checking your corners. Kremp delivers one, Skies gives you the next one, and that is a perfect play call up around. From first nades to final kill, don't let Celium clutch, they swarm them, and everything exactly how they wrote it. I mean, the first nade they got basically coming out of spawn on the guy on the side solar panels. Great adjustment as well, knowing there's two players, including the sniper in Celium's hand over towards back solar. You just dodge it. Don't deal with it at all. Cut through mid, clear out all the corners, and you are good to go. That is a calculated round for Minnesota.
Wonderful stuff. G2 Minnesota. Absolute dominance there in the round. Play call and not a lot on the adaptation from the Falcons. By the time they check it, it's too late. The boys are already in. G2 up by 1 in this very back and forth game of exposure. Here we go, Falcons. Your opportunity to get things going, and Exnid back to his things at ring, and he's eaten a couple of nades though. So again, we're starting to learn the tendencies, all the usual spots our teams are playing. And a solid line of defense right now from G2.
Yeah, I mean, just slightly off with those maybe second and third nades. So the idea nearly perfect, but a slight adjustment is going to be necessary either way. You slowed them down at the start of the round. That is 30 seconds gone. Falcons have purchased 0 space on the map.
And slow and steady. Again, stock and standard on the approach. They've gone through all the usual angles they know. Nading out the box, nading out top window. Good work there from Exnid. Not enough for the kill. Guessing wrong on the wallbang, unfortunately. You've got mid-map, and now the swing towards B. Mamba will be the first man on contact right now for G2. Over the top he goes, and Kismet trying to pick up the flank immediately. A quick move, and a little bit of panic right now as the Falcons strike first. A fast plant as well, but an immediate counterattack from G2. Here we go.
Yeah, fell for the bait, timing was off, selling for the next one for the follow-up, and this is just going to be another dominant round, and that is just an instant play call as well. Falls into their lap. The moment they hit out towards the B site is the moment Mamba thought he had the timing. If Mamba's there maybe just a second faster, he might be able to catch the players coming out of mid, but what about your timings in Call of Duty? He's a little late, he gets overwhelmed, and I mean, that is just pure execution rolling through. Pred, 7 kills so far in this map.
You weren't wrong at the start when you said Pred's stats are going to look really nice by the end of this one, but
hell yeah.
At this point in time, with 4-4, yeah, we've got ourselves a very, very close game of exposure. Does he have a slight buff? It's meant to be from Australia, this map. There's something about it. There's something about it. Trophies in play. Over we go. Exnid runs into a serious amount of trouble. Kremp now buying a space in mid-map. Great shots on a Pred, and we're trying to fight our way forward. Again, oh dear. We were trying to get something going towards B. Mamba now levels it up. All brought down now. Skies and Estriel, you're in trouble as the damage is dealt, and Skies is gone as well. Estriel in a world of hurt. What a dire, dire situation to find yourselves in. This will be 2 rounds in a row for the Falcons. Something we have not seen yet in this Search and Destroy.
That was the most chaotic round we've had. That is every single player trying to run for their lives and getting cut down along the way. Iron Maiden should write a song about that, rather. Maybe write a ballad about Estriel's clutch, because he's absolutely going to get this 1v3.
Well, he's got to cut his way through the Falcons, who are holding hands. Oh, no, maybe there's a slight deviation. Exnid, he's now going to be the tail of that snake, the head of it right now. On its way, Kismet will be the first to bite. And Estriel, good luck with this one, mate. The boys are all over it together. Here comes the check. Oh no, he's just going to defuse it. Kismet, isn't anyone going to check this? Excellent on the coverage, and they've got the numbers and no sweat whatsoever. Back-to-back rounds for the Falcons. Map point.
And just as predicted, absolutely no chance that Estriel's able to clutch that 1v3. Teamwork on point. You know, the bomb's planted for low. You get somebody watch over top, and easy execution there. But a scattered round. Excellent credit for the final one, but Celium continues to make his impact. I feel like Celium has just been sort of that alpha dog towards the middle of the map, and Minnesota now feeling the pressure.
You're not wrong. He's not got a lot of contest up there. He's walked in, taken control. He has sprayed his scent across top map, and everyone's got a good idea of whose it is right now. G2. Can they equalize? Can they find themselves around 11? Nades up and about, and they're going to connect the Kismet on the other side of the map, and that is a perfect bit of work there on Zig. Right-hand side of the minimap, a big old skull where Kremp used to be.
Yeah, I think the nerves might have set in for Kremp there, and that is a painful way to start the round. And Kismet has already found himself in prime position. Once the teammates make contact, he can start getting the work, and well, there's not even trades rolling through. Skies and Estriel going to be the final two players to fall.
And Celium, the way he's just attacking these spaces, the way he's attacking these angles, it is unbelievably confident. Last man, Skies, all alone, as Celium has taken over exposure. A brilliant way to level up the series from the Falcons. Search and Destroy goes their way, and now we roll to Den for Overload.
And, you know, Call of Duty is very much a game of confidence. If you're able to play with it, well, you're absolutely going to thrive. And I think Celium, just watching him back down Skies with the sniper from top ring and Chow over and over and over again, not even thinking he's going to be able to get the kill, but just to nullify that sniper, that is the type of confidence that will absolutely win you maps. And, well, Celium delivers there. So, as expected, Miles, this series is going to be a battle. I see a game 5 on the horizon.
Well, it could well be. Well, Ardesca's, they've gone all in on the Falcons, all of them, as well as the fans as well. But G2, they gave us a real good look in the first map, in the hard point. The Search and Destroy, not bad at all. We'll see how Overload treats them. That's going to be the real question right now. But 1-1, all tied up after a spectacular performance from Celium. A 6 spree, 6 non-traded. It might not be a run to the hills moment chance from Iron Maiden, but certainly the number of the beast, and that beast was Celium. Wonderful stuff. As we now roll into Den, another 11-minute long game. Back-to-back 11-minute matches. What's going on here, mate? What's going on? Maybe 11 is the number of the beast.
Yeah, we got a theme. We're going to get it going.
Yeah.
I know that Den Overload we're going into. Falcons have played it twice, and they've gotten body bagged both times. A 4-1 loss and like a 4-0 loss. But that just means if you got that 3 weeks of break, that is an identifiable issue that is very easy. Hey, we are a step behind on this map, and we had a quick look to see if they've made the improvements that are necessary.
Oh, indeed. Well, improvements made by that team on screen. Back-to-back seasons and a victory there at the Esports World Cup back in 2025. But don't worry, ladies and gentlemen, if you wondered, and I know you did, Riyadh 2026, Call of Duty Black Ops 7 will be there. Tickets will be available in January. Scan that QR code on the screen if you are not using your mobile device to watch this game, and you can find out how to get those tickets. Over to Saudi Arabia, not too far from our friends in Europe. For our friends in the States, it's quite the journey, but it's a lot of fun when you get there. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen, into our Den Overload. After this one, another Den, we will be seeing that hard point at the very least chance. And you've already given a smidge of thought going into this one, but tell me once again, brother, which way are you leaning when it comes to the Overload?
Leaning neither direction. I think it's going to be a 50-50 battle. I just know more so for the Falcons, it is a test of their practice room and their passion. How much did they put, or how much work did they put in when the cameras weren't on them?
That's a good way to put it. A really good way to put it. Over that holiday break, did the boys get any time in the lab, or did they just spend time with loved ones, stuffing their faces and drinking a little bit too much like I did? On that note, let's go to a quick commercial break. When we come back, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be playing Den Overload here in the Call of Duty League. Don't go too far. G2 Minnesota taking on the Reality Falcons. More after this.
Craze, one of the, and actually we get to say it, the winningest player in Challengers last year, and I got to start right there. You won not just multiple times, but you won multiple times with brand new rosters all the time. Take me through that whirlwind of a Challengers year.
Last year, Challengers was kind of a movie. Like, I had a different team every event besides the last two. Every elite had a different team, and every cup I felt like I had a different team. But like, I don't know, it was just insane. Like, everyone on my teams were just getting picked up. I had to like find replacements, so I made it work.
Do you find that like disheartening, or do you find that like that lights a fire when you're watching guys around you win with you, get picked up, and then you have to go and still grind it out again?
I think it's more motivating than anything, to be honest. Like, seeing my boys get picked up, it's not like disheartening, to be honest, at all.
I would be remiss if I didn't have a chance to ask a question about my co-commentator in your study. What has it meant to be able to kind of come through as a kid, play alongside him and his community, and now have a chance to be casted by him?
It's pretty awesome being casted by him now. Obviously, I've known him for like 6 years probably now. Pretty good amount of time, like since I was like 15. I mean, it's pretty cool. It's dope. It's really dope. Like growing up playing wagers 8s with him and stuff, and then I'm casting me. It's pretty cool.
What is one hot take that you hold on to right now that is going to start an instant debate in the team facility?
A hot take? I got one. I think it'll get Austin fired up. Jetpacks are overrated.
What's the first word that you're saying when you get cheesed in game?
Yeah, all right. Something like that. Something like that.
Rapid fire team questions. Who's the team troll?
Lurks.
Who's sleeping through an alarm on match day?
Lurks.
Who's the teammate most likely to rage off stream?
Austin.
Who's surviving for the longest if you placed them randomly in the wilderness with no resources?
Austin.
Who's the one player that you're most excited to see on the map?
Mamba.
Ah, I love that. I love that. Okay, okay. Sweet. Craze, thanks so much for taking the time. Best of luck this weekend. Super pumped to see you on the map.
Appreciate it. I'll catch you on the field.
Yes, sir.
We get it?
Yeah.
That's
GG!
Boom. Let's go.
Garrett.
I want to say that I was not trying to curse us. I did not. I thought it was 250 kills. So when we were up 70 kills, I was like, there's no way we can lose.
Yeah.
Now it makes.
He comes right behind him. Oh, God.
Purchase drop. Beans is the clutch god. And he's got a message.
Black Ops 7 returns to the Esports World Cup in Riyadh this summer. Scan the QR code to be notified when tickets go live later this month. Look like the pros to play like the pros. The CDL team skins are available now. Scan the QR code or check out the in-game store now. Monster Energy, the official energy drink of the CDL.
into the break, and now we find ourselves here staring at a Den game of Overload. My name is Miles, no relation to Bob Ross, and his name is Chance, no relation to the Monopoly board section.
You don't know that.
I don't know that. I don't. We should find out. What we will find out, though, is what's going on in this game of Overload. You said it's for 50-50. I like the sound of that, mate. I really do. We've got not a tremendous amount of information to work off of here. We're looking for some more intel to play with. We go to Den. A lot of fun to watch the games of Overload so far this season. A little stacked maybe towards one side, but we'll find out what our teams are made of and what the preferred side to attack really is. Well, about mid-season, right? And then it'll probably get patched, and then you know, we'll be able to talk about this in the future, and so on and so forth, as is tradition here in the Cold League. Here we go.
Well, you know, I'll just say the biggest development for me, for those who have like the default understanding of this map, which I'm sort of in the same boat, attacking A, going from right to left, so what the Falcons have to do, looks very difficult, or certainly was in the first 2 weeks. A lot of Challengers teams have been making steady improvements, though. So if the Challenger squads are starting to figure things out, the pros should too.
Should. Well, say should, you never know. The attack there from G2 Minnesota starts off great, and they've been slowed right down. Dirt possession of the device. This guy's doing his very best to hold on here, and he it's the bait, and it's on the edge of a string, and it's being dangled right in front of the Falcons. They have taken it for a moment and a couple of kills. Opportunity to get on the point. Go boys, dive over that top, not good enough. Krem with the team kill. The slide, not good enough either. And what a save by the Falcons.
Oh, it's the classic. He died while like in the air, so the device didn't land by the zone. So it is that week one. I can't remember who it was that we learned that from. I feel like it might have been the Thieves, but yeah, deja vu all over again. So what was once an inch away turned out to be 3 feet. Now Falcons, a slow work over towards B, where you got a firing squad hanging out waiting for him.
The boys are loaded, ready to go. Irons are up. Skies is going to be there. Pred, he's trying to find some openings in the middle. And Kismet, oh, I like the attempt. 1 kill there. Might have transformed the look of this one, but there we go. A couple of kills now and an oppression from G2 Minnesota. Once again, back over towards the A side of the map. Estrel now, first man in. Can he get a kill or two? He's got Pred laying down next to him. Shots are there, and he picks up the device after a strange change of hands, and the foot race is now on. Over towards B we go, but no help whatsoever for Kiz.
Yeah, and Sky's just gonna end up getting a freebie, and by freebie I mean Kismet gonna slam him with the pistol, and Kismet gonna continue his path to destruction. 2 kills and a long pinch by Pred. Falcons just waiting for the guys to get in position. Pred leading the charge. He's able to get one. He's behind enemy lines, but they lost the device battle. Still though, for Mambo, all the pressure's on, and the mystery Pred just gets caught. That is, I mean, hey, Call of Duty timing.
I was, yeah, okay. Pred, a worthy attempt. Unable to make too much happen. Back to the middle of the map we now go. A full reset for our device, and a scoreless first half. Once again, we find a bit of success here from G2 through the middle of the map. They keep finding the kills from this side. Big nades there towards the cuts. Shots in at great range with the driving 45, and success found for the time being. And 2:22 to play Chance. And it looks like the Falcons still a slight disadvantage.
And you see Mambo where though Selim is lying in wait. This is a battle of who blinks first. Selim just maintaining position. Mamba blinks, Mamba dies, and that's the open lane. If you win the gunfights towards the middle of the map, you have an opportunity, and that's 3 down. Last man standing going to be Skies, and I mean, he can't handle Kismet with the pistol. This might well be a cap.
Oh, it's not. The timing's not good enough, and Selim in position to get so much out of that life, but not enough to get the cap. Can Pred pick it up? Second man down. Quick reload. It's a 1v1 for a score, and Estriel can't win it. AG picks it up, runs it home.
That is beautiful work being done. The pressure is there. Pred, the patience after the fact is well executed. And now the top side spawn for the device, where G2 Minnesota set up in and around it first. And Kremp is behind you, but Selim had the pickup. That is fantastic awareness once again.
That's an amazing moment. What a massive swing now. Numbers from G2 starting to get a bit dicey. Estriel has to keep winning gunfights on the outside. Roof and Kismet right in between trouble. Estriel's still alive though, so this is not finished yet. But if you start to push one side or another, Kismet making a play for it alone has to get help. He cannot do this alone, and he has pulled the attention of the G2 players. But it's still an attack towards B. He's got some help now with a minute to play.
And he's in no rush. I mean, you got Selim. I mean, Falcons are just very scattered. So you're trying to juke him out right here and force him into a bad spot. X going to make the impact. Selim's there for the trades. And there's your open lane over towards A. This is the type of play I was talking about. The Challengers kids have been different, and the pros showing that they can do it too. Admittedly, it's only get right next to the door. G2 Minnesota still holds strong, but a lovely idea. G2, they're just Johnny on the spot.
Yeah, great composure. Great composure. 30 seconds to go before the whistle blows. And I don't think we're going to be seeing too much out of this. We're going to turtle right up for the Falcons. We are gambling here, folks. Another attack through Dojo. The last of the half. Trophies intercepting, getting everything done here as a flank through the middle of the map that has been read and dealt with now. Sky's hoping to find something. We will go into overtime. An attempt made. The boys surely will leave that. Or not. Are we going to go for it? Yeah, go for it, boys. Work. Go for it. Here we go. Preds on a flank. If he picks up a couple of kills here, we could be looking at 2-0 with 25 to go.
Yeah, Sky should have just turned and ran, by the way, because now you're just giving the opportunity. Still, though, it's going to be a difficult thing to do. And last man standing with a pistol. You trade him in the rounds over. But Kismet, maybe the toughest man to kill with the device in hand.
Yeah, he has got the strong arm, man. He really has been fighting so well with device. 2 seconds on it, and that's going to be halftime, but a scary moment. And honestly, with the 1v1 win with the pistol there, with perfect knowledge, could have been a capture. And you saw the way G2 Minnesota, panicked, essentially panicked. Those arrows, 180 all over the place as they desperately tried to scramble back, but either way, Falcons, a couple of opportunities where it came real close. This was the one, and you see the device teleport back to where the player left the ground. I mean, guys, when rank play drops, this is going to be the meta. Don't jump. In certain places, don't jump. It ain't worth it, especially if you've got teammates nearby who can get the assist, who can pick up your drop. That is going to be a huge factor. And again, that 1v1 from Pred, essential for their score.
And I have no idea who the first player that's going to like show off that level of consciousness to run towards not your teammate's dead body, but where he left the ground. If we see anybody fluidly pick that up, I mean, tip the flowers, give him a bonus, whatever needs to happen, because that is going to be a very difficult thing to keep track of.
Give him a bonus. What a great idea. Well, even better ideas again is the opening breaks by G2. They get their kills. An opportunity to grab device. A little bit of coverage there and slight suppression from the Reality Falcons. But we're making a meal of this one. Wow, Exnid fighting tooth and nail to stay alive there. Reset once again back over towards mid. Scrambling for some sort of position here. Mamba behind enemy lines. Could cause some problems. He has been read. Still alive, still going. Pickup now is on. He's been dealt with. Reinforcements going to be there for the Falcons. Minnesota, you've got your work cut out for you here.
Oh, great job by Kismet, though, just to stay alive. And, I mean, now all four players sort of in position on the defensive end. Skies wants nothing to do with it. He's waiting for his teammates to find the opening.
Yes, Krem, though, he does the cross up immediately. He's now got to the other side. Mama now cutting through the middle. Damaged in there. Not enough for the kill. We've still got a man on the A goal. Krem still fighting. Here's an opportunity for the run. Can anyone stop it? No, Skies has slipped the net, and he's managed to find the equalizer. 3 dead as well. An opportunity now to charge to the top side of the map.
And these have also been the best A looks from the right side team that we have seen in the CDL thus far. So I think that is how the map is developed. Just like teams adding more tools to the tool belt. Now you got a pinch rolling through from Mamba. Needs to be fast. That's who's going to catch Pred, but looks on the mini-mic like he's going to get traded. And that's going to mean Kismet is just in hell. He gets dropped. G2 now in control.
Well, G2, control. And Mamba once again finding themselves happily over there. Goal hanging by A. 3 minutes just plus to play. And Sky's finding a couple of sweet kills. Bottom side of the map now. We've quickly flipped it. We've crossed up once again. The spawns are going to be close enough now for the Falcons to manage to rally the defense, but we've seen this look before. It's an identical play from before. Sky's going to get the next kill. Oh, and Mamba cut down in the middle of the map. This time the Falcons win the ones. This play has stopped.
Well, 3 minutes though. Estriel happy to just keep this nice and slow, under control. Falcons, not a ton of pressure on the map, even after the wave of kills. So right now they're turtling. They got the defensive mindset.
Yeah, we're trying to get the feint once again. This time, so we are going to commit to B. Trophies in place right now from the Falcons. They've got positional advantage, and now they've got a flank opportunity, which Mamba helps out with. Still trying to muscle our way through the front. Estriel, iron on his hip. Can he get a couple of kills here? His teammates are gone, and it is going to be all down to he and his Jaeger. Dropped. Device now swap sides, and the Falcons on the attack.
Where are they going to go? Because number 2 is already flying out towards the B site. So if Pred gets any entry kills, that is just going to be your open lane. Estriel maybe spots him out or maybe not, gets caught off guard. Doesn't matter, has the gunny. So G2 have the numbers on the defensive end.
They've got the numbers, but they're not getting the kills just yet. And that's it. Final man down. 2 minutes to play. An opportunity to run this one home. They've taken care of the flank as well. Are we going to commit to the rooftops, or are we going to double back the device and go for the B capture? It looks like we might be doing just that. And the kills, though, chance they're not going the way of G2, baby. The battle continues.
Yeah, Falcons have the stranglehold on the middle of the map until Skies takes it from them. Couple trades through, and everybody's one shot. Everybody cleaned up, and Kismet, I mean, he's jumping, he's flying, he's trying to go through mid. Huge awareness for player number 4. That is wicked stuff out of Xnid, and now they got everybody in position. This is looking like a cap.
It's looking great. It's looking like a cap. It's all down to Skies. He's got to hold them back. Oh, the nades are going to be there as Skies. He does indeed hold them the pistol. Oh, Xnid one more bullet, and he's trying to get this done. Gets another kill, and he can't find the last man. What an attempt that was by the Falcons. We stay at 1-1.
Oh, shout out Skies as well. The double kill, huge for back patio. I mean, that would have been a guarantee if he does not deliver, and still you got the pressure rub. Kismet now waiting for his teammates to get in position. You got Exen and Pred working through mid, or maybe Pred's going to come join you. But A's the call for G2. Everybody's home.
Once again, waiting for Exen to find the kills in the middle of the map. He's not going to get it this time round. This is going to be a chance now for Kiz to go for the run. Oh, he's got an opportunity for a jump, and he gets the kills. It's Pred, and it's a lead change with 40 seconds to go. The Falcons are up.
And that's the perfect play called by Pred to make sure to wrap back towards his teammates. The mid call has not been working. 2-1 advantage with 30 seconds. G2, I think they're on the bitter end of this one. It's a low side spawn for the device, and Falcons, well, they've got that map control.
Xnid has to find another kill here. He can't get this done without a couple more, and the damage is fantastic, but not enough for the kills. The dance on the stairs comes to an end. Celium trying to hold mid-map. An opportunity now for G2 Minnesota to get some kills and maybe push this forward. No, the slide is done. Kismet brings down Mamba, and Celium another wicked kill as mid-map has been cut wide open, and the Riyadh Falcons have changed the game with 40 seconds to spare. What a turnaround it was. They nearly rallied the third cap as well, but that's all they needed. 2-1 the final score in Den, and 2-1 the score in the series as well.
And that, in my mind, is a good test of the practice room for Riyadh Falcons. A lot of good looks in a lot of different ways. Middle of the map, it felt like they had control of 80% of the time on either side of the map. The A approaches when they're going towards the left side, I know they weren't successful, but the looks look great. And even there towards the end, it's just heads-up gameplay to not touch the device. You want your gun out, you don't want to deal with the pistol. And they were effectively playing a little game, a keep away there in those final moments. So I think ultimately for Riyadh Falcons, very heads-up gameplay through and through. I'm in a 2-1 lead. It's not like they clobbered them, but I think ultimately felt a lot safer on the map through and through. So very typical. They put the work in.
Great, mate. Great game of Overload. And again, nice to see some sort of, I mean, I don't want to say set plays, so to speak. I'm not sure if that's the term you use in most North American sports, but yeah, the idea. I mean, these guys are putting together nice attacks towards that left-hand side of the map. G2 had some looks, but the Falcons read it perfectly on the second attempt and did not let it happen at all. Great stuff. Nice adaptations. And again, playing the sort of the route that the ball spawns, essentially, so middle top bottom, excuse me. So they managed to play around that perfectly. And again, Falcons, it should have been a 3-1. And they had that bottom side spawn. They had another rally towards Dojo. They just didn't have a man past the sort of, I suppose it's like a rack of Bokken, of like kendo swords. It's just they couldn't get past that. You don't have eyes on the spawn, you don't have the opportunity to get the rally, but cool stuff, man. Really good stuff. Falcons, big fan of what I saw there. That was a cool game of Den. We stay on Den for Hardpoint now.
Yes, we absolutely are, and I think maybe the AR is going to be the guys turning up for this one, because as much of an SMG map that Colossus is for the map one, where Krem dropped the 40 bomb and Skies was struggling to get any kills at all. Skies was actually the top performer this time for G2, and Krem a little bit there on the struggle bus, -10, and I think he only had 1 assist as well. So need up the teamwork there for when it comes to Hardpoint. Admittedly, though, again, a very well-fought battle, so we might have another a 15-20 point hardpoint game rolling through.
I don't think you're wrong, mate. I don't think you're wrong at all. Another surprise from that game is how nice Kismet is with a pistol. Xnet had a really nice moment as well, but Kiz the strong arm. Damn, son. 6-4, 2-1. Let's see how the Den hardpoint goes. Colossus search and destroy right back to where we started from. Chance. Yeah, 15 seconds either side. Let's see if this if it goes the way of the first Colossus, which ultimately, again, Falcons started off quite strong. G2 though win their rotations. That should be very, very productive for them on a map like Den. Big rotation heavy map. Obviously that top side closed off, the roof side. Excited to see where this goes, folks. Excited to see where this goes as the first series of 2026. Pretty litty so far.
Not too shabby, not at all. And as you mentioned, sort of that rotation game, I think that makes me a lot more fearful for G2, and that when they're dropping 40 bombs, that when they have this like massive rotational advantage on the map, and it's still only a 16-point game where they nearly dropped that lead when they got to 249. So I'm a little bit fearful. Of course, if they can win one hard point, they can absolutely win two. And if they get to a Colossus map 5, G2 for sure going to be a threatening squad. But maybe I kind of, now that I'm saying it out loud, I want to take back the prediction of maybe not a 15, 20-point game. Maybe Falcons are going to come out and try to fry.
It kind of depends for me how Skies looks. Again, he was not exactly bringing the kills in the first map, but Colossus is such a different style of map. So different. I mean, very interested to see how this goes. Could be a total blowout, could be another nail biter, but we will find out. This again is match point for the Falcons. Will the desk and the fans feel good about this one, or do we go to what could be a very dicey game 5? And we'll find out, folks. Map 4, Den hardpoint. We stay in Japan. It's first to 250. I had nothing.
With kendo swords.
Yeah, well, they're called shinai, technically. Shinai. That's the exact bamboo sort of. Bokken is actually like a solid piece of wood. Sorry, chat. I did kendo for
I'm glad you corrected yourself, because I was going 2 miles.
I know. I did kendo for 4 years, man. 4 years. Couldn't remember the name of the sword. Here we go. Map 4.
An opening salvo. Nades coming out. No connections. Everybody patient to sort of wait for them to roll through. But by the looks of it, Falcons have capitalized, and I mean, they got control for albeit a half a second. This is a nice little mid-map standoff, but good news for G2. Kremp has already made a high-impact play. He gets 3 before he falls. That is absolutely the man you want to have his gun behind.
Wow, I can't believe it, man. That's a lovely opener. G2 still rocking. Boy Pred, sweet shots into the second man. He's got a little gift for the boy still alive in time. Celian keeps him covered. Lovely nade again from the grave. Keep one of those kills. Big stuff there from P1. It's not a tremendously productive hardpoint for either side, but rotations are on. G2 are in.
And that is frustrating to slide out for that corner and see a man posted in depths like that. So this is maybe the most distant sort of P2 setup we've had. So again, evolution continues. Estriel heads up on the back line, but simply overwhelmed. Back spawn's now there for the Falcons. The flood will be fast.
Yeah, the flood's gonna be fast. He's good for at least, oh no, he's not good for hitting. Mamba, you're up next. Exnid gets his. What an attack this has been for the Falcons. They're gonna hold on, and even with a nice wall jump, not enough. The Falcons through the back door break the necks of Minnesota.
Yeah, fantastic work as well. Nice little spawn comes through to get the extra bodies there for Falcon towards the back line. And now Kremp trying to make a hero play. Unsuccessful. Now you only have 3 players on this approach, and they're just getting caught down one by one. Estriel and Skies, though, going to make it mixy. But with the close spawns and the fact that Kremp was not involved at the start of that play, looks like Falcons have turned this P2 into a wonderfully orchestrated hill. Kismet's going to get them that scrap time as well. A 40-second lead on this rotation, while Exnid's already making the impact.
Oh man, between Exnid and Kismet, we're watching these insane gunfights being won at close range within 15. That hardpoint was wicked from the Falcons. 59 to 20 odd now on the climb. And G2 are back in it. They find the bottom side of the map. Well, there. So over to Dojo once again as Celian attacks forward now, waiting for his boys to make something happen. You've got Pred in the middle of the map waiting again just to find some avenue of attack, but all this waiting is not helping the scoreline. Exnid forward, can't get the second. Mid-map pinch is on, and we might be looking good for the break here.
Well, now getting us flooding 2 players through mid, and that ends up panning out. Not a fun thing to have to do, but that's going to work. And you already see Kremp maybe feeling the pressure. He's going back to Old Faithful. Traffic wasn't cutting it. He wants the MPC, and at least in the kill feed, pays off for G2. 20 seconds left fighting for, and they should be able to get it. Admittedly, Celian's just being such a nuisance. This is maybe 10 seconds worth of time that Falcons at least able to strip away just from being annoying.
Tried someone dodging the nade as well on that life. Annoying the name of the game. Falcons, though, rotation towards new. Theirs. And they've got it absolutely locked down now. Two members move towards the roof. Exnid reads the attack, pushes himself out for a second just to try to buy some space and intel for the boys. Here we come, G2. 2 through the outside of time. Krem gets the opening kill. Oh, and they clean up point. Pred, can he get the second man? The dance is now on, and back and forth. The hard point changes hands. Pred wins it. 4 spree. That's all his.
Yeah, and huge plays there from Kismet as well. He was dealing with a 1v2, and he slows him down for an extra 15 seconds, so his teammates can deal with all the awkwardness. So Falcons handling the pressure, playing with a little bit of pace, and now they got a 40-second lead. And maybe an opportunity to get for the final 20. I mean, G2, they've got it completely surrounded and finally able to get that break, but ultimately a hill that the Falcons going to be happy for.
They are really happy. The 15-second mark was where they got the break. So for G2, you're happy to take it. A 1v1 win there on time would have been great, but once again, Pred having a hell of a map of 15 and 7, 15 and 8 now as he gets himself over towards the back. Great work again. In towards P1. The first set, good for the Falcons, and they are still riding high.
Unfortunately for Kismet, though, the one lane open. Mamba goes and takes that route to get in towards P1. Kills being exchanged back and forth. Exon is the player that gives you just a little bit extra. Now his teammates there from the coverage, and you have a nearly full setup for the Falcons, but they lost the mid cut. That is one of the most important power positions, and that means Exon gets left out to dry.
Oh man, Krem. Good nades. 3 down to the feed right now, though, for Minnesota, who are down and out. Oh dear, Falcons starting to take flight. Let's go for a listen in with the Reality Falcons.
Back out, just help. Let's go. Back up.
Low broken right now. Look where Scammy's deep. Estro's deep.
Cut time. One guy's out of the play deep. Cramp on time. Bang time. Last guy's deep. Make a spawn, bro. Yeah. I'm pulling out of stuff. Wait. How much about it? Out of me. I'm dead. Done. One shot. Two. Mamba on point. 2 no. Sit up. Blew me. You got me, Mamba. I'm gonna. Yeah, that hit me. No one push front. Yeah, I'll play front. Everyone come in. I broke it. You be captures, MC. I can break it. Wait, and back team. Hold on, wait. Catches, one shot, absolute extra. And down time. Back up, let's do this time. AJ is banging. He's in the left corner. Fuck. Yeah, we're good. Oh, that's true. Oh, I'm on good. Set up on you. They're going couches. Couches. 2 couches. They're on their side. Get their side. They go on their side.
They can go inner heady. I have blue.
I'm playing line.
They can be there inner heady. Whoever's on time.
Yeah, 2 beyond, boys.
Blue. Inner heady.
I'm holding people.
One mid and one their side.
Have their side.
I think he's blue. Pitching, Gojo. Nice flip.
Oh, JG. Cram. Me cut. Gojo, me cut, boys. I need 10. Take your time. Nade me cut.
No trope. Name me cut. Need to make cut. He's one shot. 10 one shot. They're flipping.
Yeah. Go.
I'm gonna clear the back.
They're gonna go on you. No. Make sure I'm in new. I'm backing up. Watch this one.
Where are you playing, AJ?
I'm helping out. I'm helping you out, MC. I'm on you. One shot. Astro.
Spawn out.
Astro dead. Yeah, no.
Only new.
Spicy comms chance, very, very back and forth and very loud indeed. But 169, 132. G2, I'm not out of this yet, and that's a clean break.
Yeah, maybe some small opportunities missed by G2, but that is a big one there. Skies delivers you 3 in the feed, and that is a clean 4 down on a hill like this. You have to be able to get a good chunk of time.
Well, they surely are. Sinking their teeth in. Estro with a bad timing out to the attacks with the front hand side. It's going to be Krem with the outers. Lovely work on the jump. Gets himself number 2. Exnid breaks a hole through the back, though, and now an opportunity for the last man, Krem, to hold the line alone. Can't get it done. That's going to be the break, and you've got yourselves a hard point Falcons.
Yeah, I mean, you get 20 seconds off the clean 4 down, which is fine, and you turn the last little bit into a battle, but maybe you want wanted just a little bit more. Instead, you lose the scrap time, and this map is going to be that much more of a fight for G2 if they want to get back into this one. We're just going over towards a P1 where, by the looks of it, no trophies yet on the time, or maybe you have one now, so an opportunity for the hold, but Pred, I mean, he just walks up for free.
Yeah, we'll try and contest. Gone, absolutely gone. Cuts down the defending lineup as well. Mamba the last man there, and he is not long for that life. Wow. Over to the respawn we go again. Falcons fighting forward now, and the pistol of Kismet deals a tremendous amount of damage. Over 200 points. No victory found on P1, even if it's perfect, but glorious from the Falcons so far.
And I'm going to be interested to see the damage stats after this game, because I feel like G2 maybe just missing a little bit of pressure, not sort of forcing the Falcons players to work too hard for some of these breaks, some of these moments. But back towards the P1, Pred roars as he's able to pick up a nice 2 kills, but you got to get a little bit extra, because G2, the nuisances that they are, creating opportunities. They got more players on the left side. If they catch out Kismet, they'll be good on the rotation as well.
Well, this hard point was so good to the Falcons so far. Can we see some special stuff? Minnesota, what? G2 are in. The spawns should be close as well.
10-point game.
And it's a 10-point game indeed. Another set of kills going their way. Kremp now oscillating between the right-hand side and the front. We are waiting for the perfect opportunity for the break here from the Falcons. Eyes are on the first man, selling with great damage at range now. Kremp has to worry about the outside. Well, they've gone for the front, 3 dead in the feed, and it's going to be a lead change. Minnesota are up, and Minnesota are fighting.
Wow, I mean, just holding on to that rotation, and now you're sort of free and clear. That shield's pushed up, taking a little bit of space on the front. You got Mamba posted, and great angle, great awareness. Worry about the back, and Mamba gets to call out all 3 players. Tries to do it himself, but with Kremp winning the gunfight in the front line, I mean, that's enough. You can't win the game here, but you'll get those final 20, or at least make that mini-map mixing.
Oh, the mini-map's mixing, baby. We're already on the run towards a new hardpoint. Sky is going to be the first man in position here. In position to deal with Kiz or not? It's going to be a reversal. Mamba now up next. Eyes on the man through mid. Cleaned up. It's going to be a big win from him, but the stun in position now to slow his approach. Trophy now at the time. Here goes the first hit, and Mamba has been absolutely skinned alive. What are you going to do now? Falcons are in. Falcons fighting.
And that's an ever-important trophy that's going to be down as well, so you're going to be a lot more comfortable on this hill if you are Falcons.
Oh, we've just swung from one side to the other. Another kill now from Mamba. Back into it. Celian versus Mamba. Snakes at range. Who's going to be able to get in towards time? Pred now looking at a perfect flank. Can't get the kill on a Kremp. Too hot-handed. There's 30 seconds to go, and you're still holding G2.
Sally's making his move, though. Look at the stuns, dude. Look at the battle. If you don't have a trophy, it's going to be a nightmare. And if you don't have a trophy, the nightmare gets worse. 10 seconds away, and G2 forced the map. 5 Falcons have made their way through. And I think Falcons, looking at the minimap, have at least bought themselves an opportunity on this rotation. We have another hard point nail biter for these 2 teams. Falcon have to find the break.
We have to find the break. We're going directly towards new time. Kismet trying to be the entry man. There's 1 man out by patio, and it's going to be the flank now for Pred. Can't get the second on the skies, but the kills are good. Now the tactical retreat from Mamba's got to stay alive. Finds himself 1, traded out immediately, and this is it. We're about to battle for the final few seconds. There will be no game 5 unless Estrel can punch a hole right through now. Exnid holds. Lead changes there. The contest is good, and oh my God, Kiz wins the fight. Is it over? Is it over? No, it's not. G2 forcing the final map in the series.
Bang! Oh my goodness. I mean, yeah, you got the smile on Estriel's face. You got this stressed out response there from Riyadh Falcons, and that is an absolutely wicked, I mean, diabolical finish. Xnid might have just taken one of the best routes we have seen this year. On spawn at the old time, he legitimately goes on a world tour to go top side of the map and then picks up 3. He breaks the final hill, picks up 2 extra kills inside his small, and he helped Riyadh get those back spawns, and somehow, some way, it was simply not enough. I think whatever conga line the G2 players had going, every single player just winning their ones, steamrolling their way through the front.
Oh my goodness, what what a delight. Hey, you weren't wrong about the damage stats. It's the assists that I'm very impressed by there from the boys of G2. 250, 249. I'm doing my best. I'm doing my best to keep it together, man. But wow, game of 5. Oh, what a welcome to the year of 2026 here in the league. Let's have a look at the flow, because this one, I mean, this was tight. Look at that. What a turn at the very end. Falcons, it was so good. They did not stick the landing. And now we go to another search and destroy. Back to Colossus chance. What the hell happens here?
Well, I mean, we'll figure out the Colossus and if Kremp can continue his destruction on that map. Krempossus, or whatever we're calling it, can't remember, but that final P2 there, you could see from Minnesota where they were able to run the score up and get back in that game. I mean, that is a lead that the Falcons had for maybe 8-9 hills in a row, but G2, they found their way to battle. No stranger to a nail-biter hard point, and obviously this team for years now has been no stranger to a Game 5. We get to test their mettle again. I feel like Estriel has more Game 5s than any other player in the league in the CDL era. Certainly feels that way.
I think that's a stat we can actually pull up.
That's a Maven stat. That's a Maven stat. I made that one up.
Clint's coming up in a moment, Chas. We could ask him very much about it, but ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go to a break. We're going to go to a break. On the other side of this break, a Game 5 Colossus Search Destroy to find out who walks away with the win between Falcons and G2. Don't go far, folks. It's going to be good.
Official controller of the CDL.
Controle bem, galera. Controle bem.
Monster Energy, the official energy drink of the CDL.
Esse dá energia para eles, Monster.
Start the season strong with the 2026 Call of Duty League Pack. Grab yourself the CDL operator by scanning the QR code on screen or check it out in the Call of Duty store in-game now.
Então, num dos melhores momentos.
Região.
A crucial moment in my career has definitely got to be the 2016 World Championships. We had the most pressure on us as players. First place was $800,000. The World Championship the year previously was $400,000, so it doubled. My final match was worth $550,000, just one Call of Duty match. So we had the most pressure.
Caralho, só quando o cara ganhou, hein?
And we played like
por jogo.
We didn't let it affect us.
And what do you think the most important qualities in a teammate are in that respect?
I think the most important quality is just like communication. The more they're talking in the game, the more you know what they're seeing on their screen, the more you know what they're doing in the game. And so you can really work together as a team better. So I'd have to say communication for sure.
Totally makes sense.
Yeah.
And are there any teams in particular you're really looking forward to facing off against in the playoffs?
I want to play Optic for sure because everyone thinks they're like untouchable. So I want to play them and beat them.
We were hyping this up, right? It's the fourth matchup. You know, we've seen you guys constantly in grand finals. You guys came out and made that look easy.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, we've been saying it online the whole time. Online respawns are different. No sound EQ. We're a way different team, and we just showed it right there. Also, people seem to forget who built that camp. I know how they play. I taught those kids how to play Call of Duty, so don't forget that. All right, like let's.
You've done some incredible losers bracket runs in your career, but this has got to top it, right?
Oh yeah, but for sure, this is the best win, like from the losers bracket, probably all time, almost.
Yeah, I got to be the losers bracket king at this point, right? I got to be the king of the losers bracket. How proud of this squad are you, man?
Oh, I'm so proud, man. You know, we've been putting hours in every day. Me, Kyler, Asim, and Pierce back at home, and then we picked up Spark because Pierce is unhealthy. Hope he's feeling better, and. You know, we somehow pulled out a miracle. So I'm super proud of the guys. We've been fighting every day.
Absolutely.
We're winners.
Congrats.
You're better, bro. You're so much fucking better. You're good. 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 You're better, bro. You're so much fucking better. You're good. 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 Oh my god. You're good, bro. You're good. You're good. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, I'm a Zach.
You weren't meant to win that. You weren't meant to win it.
Nice. Bloopers que eles fazem, galera, muito da hora nesse blooper.
Red, Hector, MC! Nice! Hector! One shot! Get that! I can red it again. One shot! I'm trying. I got red. Tally Hector right now, dead! Warrior! Oh my god! Caesar!
Ai, Pê, para de latir, cachorro.
You're good. And to your You are not good. Wow, game 5, folks. Here we go. G2, Minnesota taking on Real Falcons. What an exciting way to finish out a hardpoint chance. You okay? You with me?
Listen, nobody heard that but you. Estriel, clearly the player that when you think you're good against, he's the one that finds a way to either slam you on a nice vault S&D or be one of the guys there for one of the final kills on that
Faltam
from G2 that will be meaningless if they do
hora e meia, mais ou menos.
All on the line here, one final map for those sweet
3 horas e 17 minutos de torneio.
Series they have already played this year, 2-2 in the standings, right about middle of the pack, but you want to get that extra edge, try to get that winner's bracket.
Não vai ser nada fácil não, hein?
Right now for G2, just playing a little bit of catch-up. This is only their 4th series. They get this win, they're evening the odds. But obviously, Celium, a force to be reckoned with. He'll be putting out the damage. He will be challenged.
Here we go. Right into this one. Game 5. When we think of Search and Destroy, we think of the island player who branches off on their own to lock down a portion of the map, find kills of their own accord. That was Slasher in a nutshell. One of the masters, one of the greatest to do it, and a big fan of his work. Can we get another? Bang! It's back to back for Bueno.
The best game 5 player of all. Okay. It's a great start, though.
Great start.
For real.
Prim. Mamba on the other side, and G2 Minnesota strike first.
And, you know, it was a theme sort of on map number 2, exposure, of just the ability to bully the other team out, get that confidence, that little extra edge, just for things like positioning towards the middle of the map. So Sky's establishing round 1 dominance with that sniper rifle. Already a nice little get back from map number 2 in a very strong start.
Semana 3, dia
1. A lovely one, Pred. I think it's a slow peak. And Pred's, yeah, he's holding it down, but it's the tiniest shoulder on that side of the map.
São 3 jogos na semana, segunda, terça e quarta.
In this game 5.
Now it's him versus Celium again on the outskirts of the map.
E o próximo?
Oh, we're still holding it. Smoke helps. Don't shoot Crimp.
Isso é sábado e domingo, hein?
Don't shoot. Wrong game. A little bit of a shuffle on the outside, but no one's showing too much face. And Celium is the only man on that side of the map right now. The big guns. Kismet not going to show himself here. And Estriel, if you knew what we knew, you'd throw a nade.
Mama did.
Essa semana vai ser 24, 25, 26.
NPC for Pred. Eats the frag. Man, he eats it bad. It was a tough one. He has to back up now. That's going to give opportunity now for the bomb plant. That's going to be it. Estriel putting it down. Smoke for the retake.
Sábado, domingo e segunda.
Walks in trouble. He is the trouble. The kills are there. It's 2v2. Massive work from Celium on the trade, and now it all falls down to Skies. The big gun. Not in a great spot to cover it. 2v1. He's going to hit the defuse instantly, and Celium not afraid of the bright lights, not afraid of the glint of a sniper rifle. Unwavering on the retake.
The sniper giveth and the sniper taketh away. Celium, obviously, the menace there towards the end, but Xnid is getting twisted over towards that site. I mean, that is a 3v4 retake. The
Sábado,
didn't even really
31.
make it too mixy. I don't know if that really interfered with any of the gunfights rolling
E
through.
domingo
I think that's
1º
just Xnid, just sort of
teremos
balancing on the
a
razor's
semana
edge. Good damage
4.
output, good snap on the player that was actually up top in P1, and just the ability to stay alive and let your teammates come and
E
help
vai
you
ter
out.
semanas que vamos
That is
ter
crazy efficient work.
sábado,
And Xnid has
domingo
played on
e
150 ping,
segunda.
on 200
E
ping, in
semanas
every
você
situational imaginable in 3 different languages. So
sábado,
that chaos.
terça, sábado e domingo.
I'm not worried about him. Nades are up, nobody home. Skies might have slowed down just a pinch, but he'll be in the fight soon enough. 3 spree there from Celium halfway towards his
Lembrando,
Hellstorm, which, as we know, on this map can be very handy dandy indeed.
os torneios não são únicos que nós vamos ter aqui no canal, vamos ter de tudo que é evento. Já tivemos a 6.
Right now for G2 Minnesota, and now the play is on. Enough gunfire has hit, and the nades, it's a double nade attempt right now, but I don't think it's going to work.
Agora,
Man's already out. Crimp slips the neck somehow, catches himself
Call of Duty e Xbox. E depois PlayStation. Antes tivemos a Capcom também, né? Tivemos a Capcom também.
30 seconds to go.
Agora falta a PlayStation. Ver o que vai fazer ela, né?
World champ versus the rookie.
It's a tale as old as time, and they're going to run circles around one another. Mamba.
De Future Game Show.
If only you knew. He's above you.
E os outros canais
And Pred.
de empresas que cobrem
He's got an
eventos,
idea, but he will
como IGN, por exemplo. Temos alguns eventos deles também durante o ano também.
Comfortable enough 1v1 situation. Far too many variables for Mamba there. What an explosive round.
Vai lembrando todos.
Mamba just hoping he can get a little bit lucky with the timing, but
Hoje não vai ser prioridade não, vai ser prioridade os eventos que são jogos de lançamentos, anúncios de empresas, coisas que vai ser prioridade. Pode, eu vou estar trazendo aqui o torneio. Já está programado, vai estar programado para sair na data que está. Mas na verdade vai ser focada nos eventos normais.
Check. Good throw. Xnid. Flak Jacket saves him for now. Beautiful. Wait, a second follow-up. Beautiful work there. Xnid gone. Estriel with the kill.
A second nade has hit the Xnid. 4v3. And still a double stack towards the middle of the map. So you got Pred and Kiz looking to get active.
Duas horinhas e uns quebradinhos para terminar esse dia. Mas não tem problema, galera.
Still an opportunity here to clutch the 2v3, and Mamba gets caught. That was the mistake Falcons were looking for.
Yeah, and Falcons are going to pay for that one. Kismet still on the donut. And the timing from Krem, no help though. So wait a minute, Sky's going to let rip. Now he's a red dot on the minimap. They're not going to line up for you this time, mate. The mistake. No more. And Pred and Xnid can scarcely believe it. They'll take that round happily.
Actually, it's bouncing. That smile, that damn smile. Any confidence they lost after round one, that quote-unquote sniper dominance there from Skies, well, feels like that has evaporated. You might have mentioned Kiz on the donut, but it was him and Pred working together towards the middle of the map, and that is all three players that were there for the Falcons working to make sure that they had the teamwork going and flowing.
Aí lembrando,
virtually everything.
esta, sábado e domingo, na semana que vem.
Bitter demise. Falcons up 3-1. They're feeling good, and yeah, Pred
a
on
semana,
the
yeah, it's 3-1 here in game
sábado,
5.
domingo e segunda, hein?
We had a high velocity round shoot right by Pred there, and smoke. Oh, he's just checking. I would leave. You've overstayed your welcome. I think, sir, it is time to depart. The Falcons now making their way towards A, but so is G2. They've read this just enough. Sky is going to keep the boomstick on the far side of the map. Here comes the reinforcements. Oh dear. Is the timing good or is it great?
Temos esses dois amistosos por dia do futebol assim. Entendi que teremos só.
With only 3 HP to go, and now Skies, we are asking a lot of you there, brother. The Falcons are roaring.
Yeah, and no more snipe for Skies. Admittedly, it wasn't doing anything for him anyway. And this is, yeah, more confidence than you could ever need. This is also just a very consistent job well done of getting P1 control on Colossus, both on the attacking and defensive side of things. Falcons just able to get that dominance. And while all these players worried about the guys up top, worried about the mid-map pressure, Celium just gets to make a nice little highlight. Shreds 3 players in the monster of map 2. Well, has not been quelled here in map 5.
Oh, he's just, he's a search and destroy superstar. It's a 6 run from Pred. Celium's 3 certainly gets to the round. 4-1 right now as G2 Minnesota. The ice cold north is looking melted so far here.
Uma hora de evento.
Great nade from Pred.
2 horas de evento vai ser. Vou botar uma hora para botar. Vamos chegar nessa hora aí.
G2 not quite committing to the plant yet.
E detalhe. Temos muitos eventos durante a semana, durante o ano também.
I think all you got there was a call out and some dots on the minimap. Excellent. Whoa.
Tivemos.
Making his way forward now, pulling a little bit of the attention. Are you going to get the plant?
Hoje mais cedo ou no dia 22, o evento da Xbox.
Got no hope.
Dia 20.
An advantage now for the Falcons. Celium still on a spree. And no bomb plant yet.
Dia 20.
Wow, I mean, we're just getting
25, 26.
G2, this is
Sábado, domingo e segunda. Sai esse.
Confirms the dropped bomb also.
Semana do meio de week.
And this is an
do Call of Duty.
unbelievable spot to find yourself in right now if you're Mamba.
Foi do 30, 31 e dia 1º, a semana 4.
You take the win. You're never going to get the second guy, though. Falcons, game 5, looking good.
Yeah, I think making up for that 1 point loss they had in the hard point, trying to reestablish that dominance, and stressed out is G2. Gonna need more than a prayer to win this one. 5 rounds in a row they would have to collect. And
detalhe.
I just think, you know, when we look at these stats, I think the assists are going to be out of control.
Na semana 5,
quando
vai ser um pouquinho melhor, porque vai estar
every single gunfight. They're able to find these
dia específico para a Nath, então
and I just think for G2 the experience is very different. Every gunfight they take, they're staring at 3 different players.
Teremos dia
stress,
acho que dia 14 de fevereiro, se aproxima também São Valentim. Estandarte nuevo, se aproxima.
Oh, what an explosive opening right now for G2. A lifeline they sorely needed. It is 5-2 here in the 5th.
Oh, there you go. Take a nice little 12-second round. Kremp there for 2. Nice little setup and a good play call as well. Triple stacking the B side effectively there on the defensive end. And if nothing else, the grenades of G2 have been fantastic.
Yeah.
Eu vi aqui uma coisa que já caiu de
We've
São
seen the
Valentim.
openers hit very well. I mean, this was the POV of Krem. Eyes on the bomb drop as well. Beautiful stuff. Mamba and Esther will clean up the next. Yeah, the amount of nade kills these search and destroys. Very, very impressive indeed. This one, though, nowhere near as back and forth as Exposure was. Falcon's still running away with it. But it's not over until it's over. Nade connects, pushes Sully back from this position by the B-bomb site. The stuns imparting nothing but wisdom now to the Falcons lineup. But they have not really taken too much of a move. Here we go, though, over towards B. G2, what will you do with the objective?
Nothing. They'll throw a smoke. They'll get all that pressure. By the way, Celian didn't even ask for any help. Nobody wraps back, even with that amount of pressure. Instead, G2 are re-wrapping the map now with no space. However, they do find the first blood. Celian, as aggressive as he is, ends up challenging 2 different players, so another first blood for Minnesota.
Yeah, with the kill, though, are you going to do something? We're going to go towards A. We've got a man in position already. That's going to be Mamba, but he's now exposed his back, and now he's in trouble. Krem with the old hop kill with the NPC lands it. Exnid now on the clutch. No, thank you. No, thank you indeed. 2 in a row for G2.
Yeah, they need 5, so that is 3 more to go.
Good maths.
Killing themselves just a little bit, and a nice catch on Selim, who again is just willing to be a titan on the map. He gets naded, he gets back down, they're throwing smokes, they're throwing stuns, and nobody comes back to help him. And not only that, Cell still squared for the Childs on top box, so no fear in the hearts of the Falcons players. Admittedly, though, with the way the hard point went, I don't think you want to see a round 11. I don't think you want to feel that heat. Because Mamba is starting to feel himself. He's bouncing in that cabin.
He's doing it, man. He's doing anything you need to do. Anything you need to do to get yourself right. Opening nades. Stun connects. Or Kismet there. A lot of presence and a huge investment there towards the A side of the map. We had a lot of explosives going off. Pred there through tunnel. He would have been the man to find a little bit more. Smoke for skies. Presence still towards A, and Mamba this time not going to expose his back. He has cover.
Well, that smoke baits out the G2 players, and yeah, Mamba just gets caught. That's a free first blood, and Falcons have been on point in these situations.
Yeah, Falcons are now not going to make a mistake. They're not going to give anything up. They have the advantage. They've got the guns up as well, so anyone who feels eager enough just to try to poke forward is going to run into trouble. Now they advance towards the bomb site and under coverage of each other. That could be it. Krem now desperately trying to swing for the fences. Skies on the other side. Pred with a bomb recovery. And a huge amount of damage. Krem's gone for the worldwide tour. He's going for the tunnel play. 25 seconds to go. On the bomb. A big hit and a team kill. 2v1. Krem, you time this right. Which you have, technically. He pulls his way back over. Will he catch out Celian from the back? Spots him on the dive. Bomb planted, though. And the gunfight from King Cobra himself. A worthy attempt there from G2 Minnesota, but not enough. There in Game 5, the Falcons win.
Yeah, Celium just absolutely clamps him up there in the S&D. Both maps do a map 5. He gets 11 kills. I mean, 22 he's able to get on the day and probably throws up like a 2.0 plus KD there in the game mode. He's active there for the first bloods. He's active there for the final kills. He's also able to get 3 pieces at different times. Celium, an absolute monster in this series. And as much fun as the hard points were, inch or mile, doesn't matter. 10 CDL points. Go to Riyadh, a 3-2 record they have now posted.
They are posted. Well done, Celium, again for his superb search and destroy performance today. No shenanigans there on Colossus. Exposure still looking a little bit shaky. That was a really nice back and forth map there, but that's the end of the series. And the desk, shout out the desk, all of you, and the fans, all of you called it. Even Christopher Puckett, even Christopher, I'm gonna pick the other team no matter what the desk says. Puckett, this time right. He's got a lot of catching up to do indeed, but hey, you'll take that with the Falcons 10 CEO points. So sweet start to the new year it is for them. But yeah, the desk, guys, all of you feeling good about that pick, right?
Perfect predictions in 2026. I do want to give credit to Joe, though. He said it was going to a Game 5 before the series kicked off. You saw it coming to fruition, and you said Falcons were going to come out on top. Did you see Celium being the hero that he was tonight?
I mean, yeah, the search and destroy was just fantastic from Celium. I mean, if you're a Falcons fan, maybe a little worried you lose both hard points, but they were close. Probably should have won that Game 4. Skies had an incredible play. This is kind of what I thought with map number 1, seeing the Colossus. I'm like, man, we're going to square up with Rocker. It didn't work out, but in terms of for Falcons, their search looks great.
On the G2 side, you mentioned it, they're always going to go to a Game 5. They're going to give their fans hope, but then that might crush down. Let's take a look here at the highlights, because Skies opened things up with a nice 2-piece, putting the snipe to use. After that, it seemed to be kind of the bait and switches out of the Riyadh Falcons that win the S&D.
Yeah, I would say, Falcons play with a poise that we just have never seen from this organization before, and that's a credit to this roster, the coaching staff, the work that they've put in. I mean, you watch them in this search and destroy so many rounds where they're just not giving you anything, taking their time. You try to execute a push over towards this site, you got to deal with Celium and Exton. And there were a lot of rounds where Exton was pulling out that AR, just slowing himself down. And I think it was, whether that was a game plan specific thing going up against Minnesota, who SGO and Kremp are always going to be trying to make plays. Well, Exton's just not going to be there to square with them this time. And it just worked out so much in their favor, particularly on the defense.
Joe, I saw Exton working with Celium. I see Celium working with Pred. These trades were so clean. It looked like they have been drilling search and destroy. Is that truly a coach? Is this just the reps? How do you get this better if you're a Falcon?
Well, I mean, there's always sort of discussion with breaks like this. Who's going home, who isn't. There is a big time where you can sort of catch up, right? Depending on sort of visa issues, who's all here, who's where. If some teams are going to celebrate and everything, enjoy the holidays with family, great. But that allows other teams to catch up. And Riyadh, they should have been grinding these last few weeks.
Shout out to my man Joe. I asked him for the mini faces of Mamba. The emotion pours out of the young rookie. He is still in his first year with G2. It's not the early start he was looking for. You can't let frustration start to settle in.
I mean, you're 2 Game 5s away from being 3-1, right? And this is what you sign up for when you join a Minnesota team. The cardiac Minnesota, that's what I call them. It's always a heart attack when you're playing this team, but they need to see some of these Game 5s fall together.
Yeah, the problem is their schedule gets very tough. That's why today was like a must win for them. But I was just thinking, dude, on we're celebrating Slasher, obviously, with his retirement and everything, but that Game 5 was sort of like Slasher style. Get a first pick and then just slow it down, play spread, especially on their offenses. Falcons looked great there on Colossus.
Bringing it back to the start of the show, Merc is one of the best in the business, but who had the best play of this match? It's time to find out. It's your scuff play of the day, and I think this one is probably coming from Overload because we mentioned the swing game is going to be crucial here in Black Ops 7. So far, Riyadh with a better game plan. Was it the defense? Was it the attacks? What caught your eye from our Falcons?
Yeah, I think it's a combination of everything. I mean, specifically on their runs when they're going to score, like making sure that they have a guy coming in on the pinch, as you're seeing right now, and Pred making some big plays. And, you know, the teamwork aspect, right? Like Overload, and typically our third game mode is this. It's the ultimate test of teamwork. Like, we have to slow down, get together, and execute a push. And then the special plays will obviously come from when you have individuals like Pred, which we saw throughout. So it was a narrow game, but really it felt like the Falcons were in control the majority of it.
No, that's what I say. They had way more scoring opportunities.
Yeah.
It felt like they were always a couple of feet away from scoring more. So the fact that it's only a 2-1, props to G2. But I just think all of them. I mean, Exodus had some insane pistol plays. Kismet, he was the guy sort of leading the charge in a lot of these, playing it slow, rotating the ball around. They looked good in that game 3.
Kismet isn't playing for the stats, but he's definitely playing for the dub, and it's great to see the team finding success. We're going to be joined live here by a Falcon in just a moment, and I'm told that Pred may be the one joining us on the mic. So I want to hear from you, Joe. What are the expectations for Pred on this season? Because he comes off a world championship, kind of disappears in the previous title. Now he's got a great world championship squad surrounding him once again.
Yeah, I mean, I think he has to be a superstar. No doubt about it. I think it's sort of him and Celium. Those are the two guys you're building this foundation off of if you are Falcons. He has to lead the way when it comes talent-wise. So far, so good. Like, they've won 3 in a row. But when it comes to those top 4 matches, those big dogs, like, he has to step up. And that's what you're kind of looking at. Him and MC, it feels like they're getting to a little bit more flow.
And we saw a new SMG coming out in this series.
We did.
So is this a weapon that might cater to Pred's playstyle?
Oh, 100%. If he wants to start pulling out that NPC and going rogue, I think he can take over with that in his hands. We saw it a couple of times, even on that game 5. It's just, when you're up close with an NPC in your hand, you are winning that gunfight. And you can get out so fast because of the attachments that change your movement, right? So, yeah, I think if he starts adding that to his arsenal, it'll be even more dangerous.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're heading to a quick break. On the other side, we'll be talking with Pred from the Falcons, and we have one more match to go. It's Friday, 2026, Call of Duty, back in action.
You gotta get it, bro.
What the hell is Carolina doing?
Ravens looking not great.
Black Ops 7 returns to the Esports World Cup in Riyadh this summer. Scan the QR code to be notified when tickets go live later this month. Look like the pros to play like the pros. The CDL team skins are available now. Scan the QR code or check out the in-game store now. Monster Energy, the official energy drink of the CDL.
Hyping this up, right? It's the 4th matchup. You know, we've seen you guys constantly in grand finals. You guys came out and made that look easy.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, we've been saying it online the whole time. Online respawns are different. No sound EQ. We're a way different team, and we just showed it right there. Also, people seem to forget who built that camp. I know how they play. I taught those kids how to play Call of Duty, so don't forget that. All right, like let's.
Just grab one.
There's the check. Oh, I like it more. Spray me in the face.
Piss on him. Wait, try the bomb.
We're planting the bomb.
Oh my god.
God, ball, come on, give it to me.
Bomb is armed.
No, I think it's
behind you, behind you.
Welcome back to the Call of Duty League, where we just witnessed a win from the Riyadh Falcons. This is going to put them in a nice spot to make it into the winners bracket come Major 1. And for G2, they're in a very tough spot. But Nameless and I are now joined by a very special creature. He plays for the Falcons. He's always smiling after a dub. Pred, welcome to the show. How are we feeling tonight, my guy?
Feeling great, man. Feeling great. Got the dub, man. Gritty series. I'm proud of the boys, but we've been grinding.
I'll be honest, you guys looked a little bit rough on opening day. After that, you guys have clearly been grinding as a squad. It's been about 2 months since the game has been out. Where did you feel that the team progressed most between the time we saw you last and now here in 2026?
I just think that our ideas in the game and some of our philosophies are, we're applying them and it seems to be working. And I think our S&D is the biggest thing that we wanted to focus on because we feel like we have a pretty good respawn team, especially with like Colossus, Blackheart. We can have like 3 subs and just kind of run around and like with that new gun, like I don't know, kind of suits our playstyles. But so we just put our hard focus on S&D. I think that was our biggest like component that we wanted to focus on.
It showed.
Pred, congrats on the win today. You guys win 2 search and destroys and taking a game 5. That's huge. Today, it looked like your guys' teamwork was on another level. Something we haven't seen from you guys before. Every single time it was 2 or 3 of you guys in the fight together, working in unison. How did you guys improve in that aspect over these last couple weeks?
Man, we've just been grinding so much, watching VOD, like just talking about the game, like just consistently like thinking of ideas, like stealing things that are good from other teams. Like we've just been honestly just been grinding. Like that's the best way to put it. Like I think we all really enjoy the game. Like the game's so fun. I don't know how it is for a viewing experience, but personally, like me individually and our team, like we just love playing the game. Like the game's just fun. We can't wait to get on. So like we're just enjoying the game. Wow, that photo is awful. What is that photo?
You look good. We're gonna update that.
Look at me here and then look at that photo.
Speaking of Major number 1, we are just 3 weeks away from heading
Podemos
down to
café,
Texas.
galera.
What are
E
your personal
já
expectations
volto a
and
ficar
goals
com
for the
vocês
squad as we
direto.
head into Dallas?
E lembrando a todos, não tô traduzindo, mas eu tô dizendo que eu tô feliz em estar com vocês de volta com essa liga do top.
Well, it looks like you guys are on your way to the winners bracket. If you keep it up, congrats on the win tonight.
Thank you guys, appreciate it.
That's our guy Pred. That is the Falcons with the first win of the day.
Falcons.
But here on opening day of 2026, we've got a double dose.
We do.
Nameless, this is another big matchup for a team that wants to avoid starting an
Outro
elimination.
detalhe, lembrando também
You look
vocês,
at for the Miami Heretics, they're sitting at 1-2, right?
o de Miami,
Hurricanes,
Hurricanes,
game left in your schedule, going up against the Carolina Royal Ravens. So a must-win situation if you're Miami.
Vai ser
Their schedule does get super difficult, despite them
um
looking
jogo
good.
difícil.
Still, push comes to
Isso que
shove,
o
you
Torre
gotta
falou
win.
aqui,
So
mas
today
vamos
has
ver.
to be convincing.
Miami's got to get the job done. Carolina, though, is looking for a fresh start after losing a crucial piece. The face man Slasher decided to step down, and he talked to the world about his decision.
Wasn't fun anymore. I feel like the way I approach practice and everything is very serious.
Então já
Like,
temos
obviously want to have fun too, but I'm way more serious with
1 hora e
it than a lot of the new age
56.
kids
E
and
são
stuff, and it just felt like we were kind of
3 horas e 17, falta 1 hora e 15 mais ou
we're
menos.
just playing to play, where I want to like get better. Like I want to, go hard every day. And I was just like, what's the point of continuing till Major 1 if I'm not like enjoying it,
Where is that awesome clip from the podcast? It sounds like some content you should be checking out at home. We got Exceed, Craze, Nero, and Lurks filling out the lineup. Now, Exceed is the name we want to focus in on because he's the new face on the lineup, but it's not his first time in the CDL.
Yeah, he just came in with the LAG Academy team that got bumped up, and if people remember back then, they were competitive, and Exceed showed some great moments, and all those years of him playing extremely well in challengers, he was always arguing like, yo, get me in the league. I see these guys underperforming, so getting another opportunity here with some good players around him, players who recently came up like Craze.
Amanhã eu vou gravar
we've been waiting to see what they can be. That's what they're hoping for. Get these guys all playing at the same pace and on the same page and have the same practice habits. You heard Slasher talk about it. It's a different world now in the way these teams practice and how they want to approach it. So you get somebody like Exceed who's like-minded, maybe you strike gold, but this is their opposition today. Miami Heretics, they've lost 2 games, but they've looked damn good in both of them.
Yeah, I just wish that Slasher could speak Spanish, because I feel like there's a squad that is always trying 110%. It's the Heretics. Method Sick, one of the greatest leaders in competitive Call of Duty, has put together a number of fantastic rosters. Rancor and Super, both in the battle for Rookie of the Year. That title goes to Rancor. Here in Year 2, I feel like they're already veterans. They're kind of considered leaders in the space. So what are the expectations for the Heretics after a lackluster start?
Yeah, I think, you know, if you're a Heretics fan, you're hoping this team at least continues the level of play that they had last year, which was like perennial Sunday and in play, and hopefully they can take that step to win a championship this year. So far, you know, they've looked good, and if you eliminate that first hardpoint that they lost, which was 250 to 75, they're like a top 3 hardpoint team in the game. So everything profiles well for Miami besides them getting those dubs. So hopefully they've had the search and destroy improvement to where they can have a little bit of easier time in these series going forward.
Match is ready. It's time for your Scuff Pick'ems, and I'm going to kick things off. I'm going with Rancor and the Miami Heretics. Despite it may be SMG friendly, I think Miami might do some dirty business here.
Yeah, I mean, the strength for sure on Miami is through their ARs. We are kicking things off on a black heart. I'm still going to go Miami. I just think they've looked so good, even in those losses, and I think they've improved.
Allie also is weighing in with Miami. She'll be joining the show when she can. And, of course, the fans are feeling the Heretics. Merc and Maven, how are you feeling about this series?
I'm excited. Listen, Joe's going to have to carry me. I'm a little loopy today. What did you give me, Mucinex or something?
Yeah,
I had some Dayquil.
We'll be all right.
Woke up with a head cold. I believe in you today. I couldn't remember the names of the guns earlier. I was trying to think of them. But no, this is a matchup for 2 teams that, listen, they really need to win. Heretics, we've casted. They go to game 5 every single time. We're looking for them to turn a corner with a new young player, see what they can get with Trakes. What are your thoughts on the other side? That's going to be the big conversation. Exceed coming in, it's got to be a different vibe entirely, right? Like, we know how Austin is. Yeah, he had to be impatient, fed up with how things were.
Well, I just think kind of what he was talking about in that clip.
He was having fun, bro.
Yeah, he was like probably being hard on the guys, and these guys, due to the league, a little bit younger. Yeah, maybe vibes are a little bit more, maybe more positive on that side.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of love for Austin Slasher. You know, one of the great competitors we've ever had. You know, he wanted to win more than
you don't have to be nice to win.
100%. But maybe as a team that needed a change of a vibe, we'll see what Exceed can do, because he's got to be just happy to be here. For Heretics, and we have seen extreme highs with this squad, these incredible moments, and then we've seen some really, really bad lows. Thankfully for them, Scar Hardpoint not in the rotation, which has been a pain point for them. Now with Blackheart, though, back in the game, thank God. Thoughts on this map?
They found it.
Yeah.
I mean,
very, lost, but now it is
very
found.
straight up. About as fundamental hardpoint as you are going to get. You're going to have some, it's all about the rotations. You're flipping the map between each hills, and yeah, you want the close spawns. You're going to try to spawn them out. Yeah, as basic as it gets, but fun. A great time.
Yeah, this is early when we first started playing the game, when I told you that having like the auto wall jump on, this is the map that would send me off the edge all the time.
Yeah, no, that happens.
Yeah,
that happens.
This map was very frustrating me when I first dropped. But yeah, your like AR heavy maps, Heretics have been kind of lights out. We know what Super and Rancor can do. This is not going to be one of those AR heavy maps. But with another sub now in the rotation, I mean, we always kind of like when there's like a 3-gun meta when possible. Usually I feel like it's a kind of a second AR that's in the mix. But what do you think about second sub right now?
No, I think it's pretty sweet having this NPC as an option. Again, mid-range, it can be a little bit tough, a little windy. It can be hard to connect with those shots. But close range, you are just melting. But it's actually the M15 and Rancor through P1 that is going to find it. Right at the start of that P2, Craze tried to do what he could on rotation. Just too many Heretics members. This is what we're talking about. You win that early battle, and you're going to have a clean first 35.
Well, it actually kind of makes sense now. Like a gun like a Drovex, kind of your second like mid-range gun, because how the game changed in 2019. Well, longer aim assist like lanes, like subs can kind of get away with fights you couldn't back in the day, right?
100%. Yeah, and I mean, rate of fire, this is definitely faster than the Drovex.
Yeah, no, for sure. But a nice little lead here for Heretics. Only 7 points on the board for Ravens. Trakes tucked away. Looking to play spoiler here as the new hardpoint pops. We'll see what the timing's going to be like.
And this
Bring around the rows, here we go.
This is going to be the key to Blackheart, is you have to respond. And on this first attempt, they might get immediately broken at this P3. And now this could get ugly quickly on this map if this turns into a 50-point Miami hold.
Well, talk to me. Like usually, a lot of times in the past, like 7 years, when we have smaller maps that are like short rotations, you get hit a lot. They're typically hard to chain hard points together. They really are back and forth, like even score lines. What makes this one a little different?
Spawns make sense.
The spawns are good. That's what I wanted you to say.
Yeah, no, spawns make sense. In the past, on some of those smaller ones, I don't know, we had squad spawns.
It's easier for spawns to get wonky when it's small, I feel like.
Yeah, like you would have a spawn where number 6 is and a spawn where number 2 is on some of our previous titles. It's just that, you are spawning across.
That's crazy. So those spawns work well.
No, it does make sense. It happens. But yeah, it being 3 lanes, spawns making sense. It's just the way it is. But I mean, Carolina, they did get a break right back. So it's still around a 50-point lead, but it could have been way worse for Ravens.
Well, typically when it's one of these where you can get some solid holds and change, it's about those big breaks. That's what's going to keep you in the game. But it's super with the sub out, double positive right now, looking to fry. They had the early rotation off getting broke, and now they're looking to soak up some time up over the 100-point mark and feeling good. Metal's leading the lobby right now on 12, but super still finding openings. The entire feed is white. Heretics are eating, and look how far out you are spawning if you are Ravens.
This is just ultimate control. And that's what you want. You want them to spawn on diagonal of the hill, because now they have to make a decision. Do we go all the way through towards wall run? Do we hit the front of the hill? And now 25 seconds. They're just going to go for it one more time. It looks like they are going to find it, but Rancor again with the M15. But a multi-kill machine so far on the map has the help. It's 2 for Trakes. That is going to be 4 dead, and now they're going to try to flip them.
There was literally one spot that could spawn because every other spot on the map had Heretics member blocking it. But yeah, they'll see if they can get the flip, and they can. New hard point about to pop, and the ugly may be getting uglier.
And that's the thing, dude. Like, a map like this, when things just are, you just have to be able to respond, slow down, win a rotation, then win that first fight to give yourself a little bit of cushion. They just have never had that. And then you look up, you're down 100, you go one more time because you need the 25 seconds, and boom, they flip the map.
And, we talked a little bit about the pressure on Metals. You lose Real. Metals was a bit inconsistent the past couple of years, right? Like, he had his pop-off moments, but not really a consistent slayer. Feels like on a map like this, with his play style, he's going to need to be strong for them.
Oh, 100%. And I mean, so far from what we've seen from Super, he's been running that third sub. He's been fantastic. 13-7 with that MP7. But yeah, I mean, even last year, like as inconsistent as he was, when he was like around a 1 or more, they were winning.
Oh, 100%. 100%.
Easily.
100%. Yeah, no, he has had those games where you might lose him a map because he had like a 0.5. But towards the end of the year, they become less and less. He was more and more consistent, and excited to see what he's going to bring this year as he gets close to approaching that 20 kill mark. 100-point advantage, still good for Heretics. Back to mid-map we go. Lurks looking to open things up with Craze. Nice little snap.
And I mean, listen, this is a map where you can have those big comebacks, right? We saw it in the preseason tournaments with like Optic and Gentlemates, where you start to win a couple of these rotations in a row, and boom, that's 100 points your way. So Ravens not out of this one yet, but Miami, they dominated throughout that first set.
Are you surprised to see a player like Nero on a map like this struggling? Like, I know it's like more structured,
like running the only AR, and they haven't had spawns.
Yeah,
like maybe once. I don't think they've had it at all.
So
that's
so that's
tough.
Okay,
that is very difficult.
Thank you for answering my question. But Miami has enjoyed an 80 to 100-point lead throughout this. They've been ahead on rotation, and they are frying. Let's go to a listen in with Heretics.
Un tiro larga. Chavales, un tiro en siguiente feed. Son 2, están dentro los 2. Sí, aguanta. Hay una larga. Vale, va a ir larga. Abusa larga. Va P1, están P1. P1, una bala P1. Escuchadme, vamos a ir juntos por un lado. Para dar callouts, vamos a decir algo juntos. No sé. Derecha muerto. Bueno, vamos derecha. Falta de cara tú, Nico. Vamos derecha de más, chavales. Vale. Aguanta. Vamos. Otro fondo. Fondo, no se queda. Te tengo C1. C1 no tengo. Te flanquea. Pato. Un tiro más. Son dos extra. Vamos siguiente. Parece que tengan racha. Escuchadme. Te tengo front en ahora. Vale, tienes amarillo. Submarino, van izquierda. Quédate con la de cara. Ahí nos tienen submarino. Quédate con la de cara. Larga conmigo. Vaya ahora, izquierda. Izquierda no veo. Tengo yo amarillo. Vale, meto el fondo. ¿Tienes larga? Sí, yo tengo larga. Ahí ya me meta el porro. Larga, negro. Necesito ayuda larga. Me pasa ha salido amarillo, no vale. Amarillo. Amarillo, otro más. Uno amarillo. Vale, estamos. Vale, vale. Están abriendo medio, están abriendo medio. Dos dobles, y uno solo jumpa. La izquierda, de la escalera. Tomás, jumpa, muertos. Vale, te he escuchado. Ahí es front. Ahí vienen de cara, mete cara. Son 3 de cara, una bala a la derecha. Aguanta, superado.
Ravens mounting a bit of a comeback, made this a bit more competitive, down 50 now. A big fight going down towards the point as Exceed trying to contest, but the close spawns in the back and the numbers there for Heretics. Their chance to answer a bit of a surge from Ravens.
Yeah, I mean, listen, Miami, they did what you needed to do, which is, I don't know, on a map like Blackheart, sometimes you feel like you can hit it one more time with 20 or 25 seconds left, just because due to the nature of the smaller map.
Oh, he's got to hit it again.
That's when you get put into the blender. They just kind of slow it down. They get the 4 dead right at the start of the P2. You had a chance maybe like halfway through that hill to break that up if you are Ravens, but Miami just doing what they do to hang on to this lead.
Well, Metals has had himself a map, 28-17. He's on 5 straight currently, 25 more needed for the win. Team kill not going to help, but you still have players here. Spawning out will be Rancor, he'll try to fight back in. The multi from Lurks might open him up, but Super keeping the Heretics alive inside as long as he can. Didn't really buy enough time for the reinforcements to get there, but it's still chaotic. It's a multi-kill from Exceed that at least keep them in the point. Ravens still battling.
And this is what you already see. Miami's just starting to rotate on over. They got to deal with number 2 in Nero, so they're able to find him. They do not want to get flipped out here. That is why Craze and Lurks are flying up that map. You see where 7 spawns, but he immediately going to retreat to his teammates. That's going to be Super. So yeah, around 25 seconds, Miami just like they kind of call it off. They slow it down.
This seems like map where you need to be disciplined.
That is not when you want to die.
Yeah, death's coming a real inopportune time for Heretics. Pushing forward, Ravens now inside and fighting. Down 50 still, Super earned a streak, and he's going to call it in. Playing from the back. That was Rancor. He's going to fall. 2 players tucked away to hide from the streak.
They're all going to be in there.
Yeah, all inside of one room, just trying to stay up. All the positions going to be known, so Heretics going to try and lock him in.
I mean, they're all in here, but Nero's just still hanging on. Nobody's been on the hill this entire time. Super finally out of that streak is across the map. He's just going to play the objective. Metals is able to win the gunfight. Now you have to go if you're Exceed, but you are blocking the back. Teammates pushing through the wall run. That's going to be Craze on the hill. And then it's just fights all over the place.
17 still needed for the dub for Heretics. Ravens trying to make this as messy as they can. Still holding from the point, but simply too many Heretics players there will bust on through. With 10 seconds left, Heretics can't win it here. We're going to get back to mid-map. Ravens are going to need something miraculous, but you know what? We saw a bunch of wackiness in the first series. Why not some more chaos here?
Yeah, I mean, it's possible. P1 is not, it's not the easiest break. I mean, no hill really is on this map, but it's not only this, they would also have to win rotation, so they can't win it here. So Miami going to take their time. I think with Metals and Trake's position, especially behind those gunfights, that's going to be 3 dead, make it all 4. Heretics close it out.
They led pretty much the entire map, even honestly when we were getting a little more into it. And Ravens started to mount it back. The closest they got was about 50 or so, right? Like, still had work to do. They needed to win another rotation or 2, chain something together to get it done. Did you like the turnaround you at least saw from Ravens, kind of from the midpoint on?
Yeah, no, I did. It was just a little bit too late. Down 100, and they lost like every rotation on that first set, but it felt like they got going a little bit more throughohout that
What do we usually say? Probably don't go down 100 to start our point.
Yeah, it normally helps. That's the saying, actually. And don't give up a hellstorm, so because honestly, if that hellstorm it doesn't make it messy, you have a chance to
Yeah, no, I was trying to keep it on the streak. I didn't realize he actually earned it. I saw 5 or 6 mounts up for the Heretics players a few times, so yeah, that one streak was on them. Able to get the break or at least keep it a mess and then get it done. Metals, we were highlighting throughout a map that you imagine he's going to be able to feast. He does. Puts up 40 kills,
sábado y domingo la semana que vem. La semana sábado, domingo y segundo, porque se te perdemos a mil de que mi amor matar a Velotti por el cabello. Por el cabelo. Por isso, a semana 24, 25 e 26.
Now, you gotta think these two teams are in similar situations in that they have a new player this year, but very different in the sense like Heretics, you know, they had to change to start the year. They
fazer logo no Magic.
Whereas the Ravens, like you had what, a week,
maybe 2,
maybe 2. Work Exceed into this, so yeah, you had like that honeymoon.
Eu vou fazer em off porque vou ver no médico mais.
They were one of the teams that I thought probably had the most room.
Já temos 1h12.
It's like you saw sort of what we saw last year, like the
Já 2h12. Faltam então.
Yeah, but you saw like the individual talent.
Faltam.
Right, so that just sort of tells you, yeah, more.
1h10. 1h e os quebradinhos.
You had to pick a single team that probably could improve themselves over the break. Would have been them.
One of them for sure.
Yeah, they'd be up there.
Falta 1h, hein, galera. 1h pra gente terminar essa transmissão de hoje. Mas lembrando a todos.
Heretics, listen, this might not be the most impressive win. This is a series that you absolutely should win. I think if they are playing to the form we know,
são 3h17.
we just don't know if they've reached that
De
pinnacle.
transmissão.
This is a team that surprised us last year, honestly. I mean, I didn't think they were going to get basically top 3, top 4 every single event, and they did. So they've become a staple of this. They're here to stay, and impressive map 1. Now we'll see what they can do in Search and Destroy.
E outro detalhe, lembrando a todos vocês que eu tô em breve essa semana vídeo bem bacana no canal.
They're probably going to start in the losers bracket at the major. You know, you only lose one match there and you're out. So it's just like you're almost looking at stage.
Da minha antena, hein? Depois eu mostro pra vocês no canal e explico detalhadamente de antena.
Stuff like blurs in our heads. Yeah. We just talked about so many things. Like we were talking on the way in. I'm like, bro, like how many times has he been in the league? Like 5? In my head, he'd like come in and out a million times because he's been in the conversation.
E outro detalhe, lembrando a todos também.
It just really just happened the once outside of being
que conseguimos de Fórmula 1 TV na Globo já saiu a notícia da Globo e Sport TV.
It's just tough. He just seems like he's one of those players coming into a broken team, a broken system.
Já saiu.
Not everyone gets blessed. No, just come into a good spot.
No, it's always the sort of the challenge, right? Accepting certain offers if you're a challengers player. By the way, challengers scene right now, awesome. If you're looking for more COD content during the week, check out they have the Elite going on right now. A lot of great teams to tune in and watch. But just in general, it's always tough, right? Because if you are sort of a vet down there, you're probably not going to get many more chances because everybody else who really wants to improve, they're going to go for the young talent.
E lembrando também a todos,
if you're Exceed, you kind of have to say yes and hope
se vier o Battlefield, a liga, ela tá no canal. E o código feminino? Você falou que tem? Liga feminina? Vou dizer também aqui no canal também a liga feminina de COD.
Yeah, and hopefully you can turn the ship around and sort of like, I don't know, create your foundation there. Like, all right, this is going to be my home now. Like,
se eu achar, né, para esse ano.
Qualifiers for champs, like, I doubt
a desse ano, né, que eu pegar semana 1, 2, 3, até chegar no final.
No, I don't think we have many expectations today for them, but let's see how it looks over the course of the next month and see if those improvements are there. And even if Exceed maybe doesn't have the craziest numbers, does he make some of the guys around him play a little bit better? We'll see what that'll be. But even though it felt like more of a blowout than it ended up being, 50-point scoreline's not crazy. Heretics were in control of that entire map. We'll see how that bodes in the Search and Destroy. And this is the Heretics they love to get to.
Temos o segundo dia. A razão de não ter ser sábado e domingo essa semana é porque temos amor, meu amor, vai estar lá velote. Para não ficar fora
You got your one.
de COD.
Guarantee another one-on-one fight, sure, but just kind of holding for information right now.
Corte de cabelo, corte de cabelo.
Got all of A control. Now the 3 members of Ravens are going to try and fight on through. I like this. Trix is staying alive.
E detalhe.
Bumpers when he needs to. Super's going to hit a snipe.
He hit another one.
Eu poderia gravar direto a semana 1, 2, 3, 4 em uma só. Mas ficaria muito longo e cansativo também.
So the two players who are Dojo, they just kind of wait there. What ends up happening is like you don't ever get a trade opportunity on Trakes. No information is found, and then it's a 4-on-3 bomb is planted.
Oh, we've talked about it many times. Search and Destroy is a game of information. Really what it is first and foremost. Then you need the gunny and the execution.
Eu vou gravar o COD as 4 semanas, semana 3 e 4, inteira, em sequência. Logo em sequência eu vou gravar 1, 2, 3 e 4 do PAX West. O Day 1 completo, Day 2 completo, Day 3 completo e Day 4 completo. Logo depois eu programo a semana 5 em sequência. Por que eu fazer assim? Se passou esse 2025 já passou. É por causa que PAX West vai dar tempo para fazer meu projeto de Call of Duty.
But Super's gonna have to hit the shot. He's got the sniper, but they win both gunfights and they're on the bomb. Heretics somehow pull that off.
Well, I think
Então,
it comes down to Super hitting the first snipe.
terça, quarta e quinta e
Sexta,
sexta, PAX West.
Well, and
É
how is
bom, hein?
that so clean? Like, Metals just is on the bomb, so I don't know. Nero must have got
isso é
caught
ótimo.
checking bomb as well. Normally, that is not a clean kill, right? You just
Yeah,
sort
we
of
saw the
shoulder
other
that.
POV. I don't know if he's got
just
smoke.
other side of the
Isso na próxima semana.
There's Metals, he gets the kill and then he's right on the bomb. He just feels like time-wise,
Nero
he's
just
gonna
needs to
lose that one.
Nero can just get some damage and back off type thing.
Yeah, or yeah, just shoulder it.
Yeah. I mean, we know with Omni Move,
Pela
shouldering is
semana 3 e 4 em sequência.
2-0 now to Heretics, and it's going to be a meet and greet. Over at B, and well, Craze is doing the greeting. He got the blood in the last round behind the nade. Here is going to get 2 as well.
Em detalhe, lembrando a todos, a PAX West vai sair antes da semana 5, depois da semana 4.
A little overzealous there for the Ravens.
He shot a bullet.
Super going to have to do it all now.
Às 4 da tarde.
He's hit some snipes. He's going to have to hit
São mais de 10 horas, hein?
more. He doesn't have bomb. That's down towards B.
Alguns dos programas.
He might just play his life, right? This is kind of what we talk about with the sniper, because he died last round. So we'll see what he opts to do. In terms of the snipe, it may not be in the game for Miami if he does die, but we shall see.
Found another weapon to work with. But that seems to be the play. Just taking his time, clearing everything. We'll see if Ravens opt to hunt or they're just going to chill. It looks like they're good to just chill for now. They might start to fan out here in a couple of seconds.
Outro ponto, quero lembrar também, não só PAX West.
Yeah, looks like they're not going to hunt it.
Play a little autonomy game here.
Yeah,
Super.
yeah.
So yeah, he's just going to play his
Outras
life.
empresas que tiverem eventos assim como PAX West,
And well, it is all craze right now on the
separados,
Ravens.
incluindo evento Day 1, Day 2, Day 3, como
Able to find those first two
vamos
kills
fazer
in
também.
the round, just slows it down, and then yeah, I mean, 4-on-2, and somehow just one bullet on the red core.
I was just staring at the minimap, and I was like, it's going to be a meet.
Em algum momento,
3 players in each team hitting it.
ainda em janeiro, deve ter algum evento da Square,
In a second.
na PlayStation Japão, na PlayStation americana, algum lugar na PlayStation, vai ter.
I'm going to go hide with my sniper rifle.
He was ready for the trade.
Yeah, no, he sure was. He sure was. As he said, all craze as he's on 4 straight. Takes some damage to him on the cross. Got a first blood from a similar position. Gonna do it again here. Trakes again is going to be at the receiving end. Craze 3 first bloods now to his name. Lurk still looking for his first. Craze putting the squad on his back. Bomb is planted. Ravens holding.
I mean, just had this round. A little deja vu. This time though, you're not as pushed up if you are Ravens.
E outro detalhe, lembrando também a vocês,
Side of the map, playing from the hut, able to find the first. 4-on-2 now you have the numbers. You're gonna hunt down Super.
Que
much cleaner post plant out of Ravens.
esse vídeo está sendo no dia 24, sábado.
Beautifully done. Craze all smiles. He's been vibing in the early round.
Às 7 da noite.
Seems like defensively there, Heretics got to do something different towards B. Like it feels like Trakes is just getting isolated.
Well, this is like day 1 dead. Like this is what they were doing. Yeah, like search tournaments day 1, just sort of going at this bomb site.
Volta a gravar.
Yeah, I mean, when you're a new team, you're just going to do that.
Yeah, but
yeah,
it's more just Trakes need to
Hoje, ainda por cima, 2 amistosos para dia 22.
Yeah, you either want him to find one and then just get traded out, or yeah, just find the info and play.
Eu vou gravar em sequência desse aqui. Mas depois fazer meu médico, né?
Bring it back the one round. Super was able to hit a snipe, but a little bit different of a scenario. He did get a little too aggressive that time through. We'll see if Heretics though can stop the bleeding and get themselves on the board after losing 2 straight rounds. Trake's got a first blood from a similar position up mid-map. in round one. Right now, Heretics dealing with some aggressive defensive play out of Ravens. As you said, sometimes you just want to hit stuff when you're a new
Outro ponto, quero lembrar também vocês.
They try to find the flank. I mean, Trace is working out middle of the map again. This has been the
É o seguinte, o Magic não vai voltar aqui pro canal. É muita perda de tempo fazer Magic no canal. Só se o Magic botaria se batesse 200 views por vídeo. Mas essa seria a minha condição. E por dia, tem que ser por dia.
Easy one there to hit, but he gets 3.
Pra voltar.
Nice
O COD, o torneio, eu prefiro trazer o torneio do que trazer o Magic.
Pick off Super's head, and that's a quick one too. Ding, ding, ding. Night, night.
Just very clean. I mean, yeah. A first flick, and then yeah, just has the positions for the next two. But great stuff from him.
Cray's streak still going. He's on 5 in a row. It's 7-2. Heretics look good in the... Well, I mean, really just the round one was clean. They had to bring back, what, a 3v4 in the round two. So Ravens have been in a good position all these rounds. Well, we want to see maybe some difference here on defense for Heretics on B. Yeah, it's not the same offensive push out of Ravens, but they decided to get aggressive there with a couple of players.
Well, the questionable one, because Exceed was the bomb carrier, so you have a bomb site control now, and you're throwing all your utility and all your nades to take this, but the bomb carrier died across the map. So I don't know if that was meant to be a fake or what, but...
Ai, ai. Falta muito bom no capítulo de hoje. Mas amanhã temos mais. Amanhã é domingo.
They are able to recoup bomb, but down a man. Cray's found a lot of success from this spot of the map, just trying to clear things out. We'll take the plant.
That's a lot of info. Nero's going to stun a couple.
Flank.
Yeah, and look at that. I mean, he knows.
Eu iria gravar a primeira Pack Quest completa, mas acho que depois da Pack Quest mais eu decidi fazer isso aqui com Drog.
He's going to get traded out, and then Trace maybe dies right after he plants that bomb. So you have a chance here if you're Ravens.
Chances dwindling. Down to 2 versus 4. Damage in behind the nade. Drake's going to try and chow. He'll get the wall bang through and win it. Metals will find the final. Good job there on the 4v3 retake. I thought they might play like a 4v4 retake in this based on Trace getting picked the last couple of rounds. That didn't really go how I thought it would exactly. The final part did.
No, I mean,
but you found a blood early.
Mas lembrando também vocês de deixar seu like. Seu like, seu comentário. É muito importante. Lembrando, vamos botar com tudo esse ano 2016 com todos os eventos.
Let's take B-side control.
Yeah, let's take B control.
They've been pushing me out.
He's like, oh, bro, I just got melted. I cannot believe it.
A 6.
Well, I think he knew that. That's
se bater muitas views no evento das 6, mais 200 views nos eventos das 6, eu trago ela também no ano que vem.
I was just trying to play info. Exceed hitting the flick again. Don't go towards B when he's got snipe in hand. A multi from Craze. Make it 3 for Craze. His map continues. Well, seems like whatever round, you know, Exceed hits a snipe and Crazy gets killed, they win. So,
well, I was going to say, you know,
eu ainda vou fazer no Magic.
As soon as they saw like Super on B-side with the snipe, they just
hoje, não é possível. Depois de fazer o Magic, tomar meu banho. Ou entra, toma o Magic. Ou ao mesmo tempo. Antes que sobe no YouTube. As duas coisas simultâneas. E em seguida, eu vou fazer também os dois amistosos de ontem.
It feels like Ravens have had their number recently on that side of the map. We're going to go right back to B. It looks like Heretics want to get aggressive again. Push it out. Exceed's going to be here with the
Quem não viu os amistosos, veja lá. Não vou mencionar aqui porque terá spoiler atrasado. Atrasado porque eu não gravei.
Trying to hit the wall bang is Exceed. Pretty darn close.
That wasn't far
pretty darn close on both of those.
Entre eles.
But just right back to B. Is Ravens banging it out.
Portugal deu show. Já estão gravados.
Did he get caught? Did he get double chowed? Did he get taken down?
On Ranker now. He's worried about somebody wrapping on through. Now he's got a 1v3. AR in hand, not going to be easy. Can't win the first. Another B-side round win. For Royal Ravens, they've been dominant.
Vou terminar essa ordem que eu faço.
And it's like, yeah, you have that one round from
23, que vai ser o último que eu vou fazer.
It's just been so consistent for them.
Yeah.
Queremos fazer outras o UFC 24, talvez traga também em breve. Também, só que olhamos do UFC 24 e UFC 25 e 26
First blood or multi-kill. Yeah, if you're gonna do that basically every round.
o menu.
Feel pretty good about our chances. Still opportunity here for Heretics to battle back.
Esse é o
A couple
problema.
of rounds, match point for Ravens
Que é
to try and
com mais
tie this
difícil
one
para
up.
mim, o menu.
Yeah, maybe we just say no to B.
Oh, we're gonna try A.
That's what I'm thinking about Heretics. Let's try A. First blood for Metals. Super takes a bit of damage and then gets chowed. Both sides though with help to dance. Shots are cleaner there and Super's got a kill.
Yeah, couple through like the wall.
Oh, hello.
And well, then you find Nero. Just a beautiful
How does he get three?
It's all three.
How does he get three? I was about to say, like, Rango's so close to checking that corner for the first, but he doesn't clear
A
it.
Passo West, galera, vai sair
And then he gets everything.
a semana também.
He's holding the window down.
Let's do this.
27, 28 e 29.
He just backs up to the box heady and fries them.
Se não tiver no dia 30,
A lot of it was Exceed, a lot of it was Craze, but it'll be
não
Nero
pode,
the
é porque
closer.
estamos com o evento da Pax
He gets
West.
what, 3 of his 6 in the
Mas vai
final
ter sim,
seconds, but
depois da primeira em
triple
diante.
out of him, a
Se
triple
não
out
tiver.
of Craze, a triple out of Exceed, a lot of big play individual moments out of Royal Ravens. They dominated the B-side bomb on offense and defense throughout most of it. Maybe some work to do the
Esse
response.
evento da Pax West é diferente a gravação, vai ser diferente.
After they went down about 80 to 100, playing well. They played well, right? So like that's kind of why I asked you that at the end of the hard point. You feel positive about that. Now you win the search and destroy. I mean, you feel like, hey guys, we can be up to
Assim, telefone, vê onde você tá.
No, that's the way COD works sometimes. Yeah, you definitely don't want to be asleep when you're playing this. That is for sure. But I just think from the Miami side, I don't know, wasn't like the best showing from them. You know, normally a team we sort of show a lot of love to their adjustments, to their, you know, especially mid-game. Didn't really get a lot of that. You saw it like once towards the B-side defense through traits, but I don't know, they just got caught out in a lot of these positions.
It felt like we didn't really get to see what they wanted to try because they got blooded so many rounds in a row. Like, what was the first blood difference? Oh, it was 5-4, so it wasn't that crazy. I thought it was more lopsided, honestly.
Yeah, I did too. But yeah, I just felt like they were, I mean, always dealing with Ravens pushes, right? Like they were, I don't know, the ones getting just destroyed time and time again.
100%, but we've got what? A Scar overload that'll be coming up next as we keep it in the mix. I don't know, an impressive little showing there in Search and Destroy from Royal Ravens. I think I feel the same way, a little disappointed maybe what we saw out of Miami, but regardless, it's a Carolina win. We'll see if they can continue going in the series. For now, though, we head to a map 2 break. We'll be back afterwards with the overload.
Achou? Tá bem onde você deixa, tá vendo? Hã? Alô?
Do you agree with Smokes not being in respawn?
I do personally, yeah.
You do personally?
I do too.
I don't. I think it would make the viewing experience worse. What did I just see on my screen? Who was that guy? Did you see that?
No.
Who the fuck was that guy?
I don't know.
Welcome
what
to the
happened on the
citizens over
screen?
there
I
on
missed it.
YouTube. There was some random guy, like, see how they have the quad box? Like, there was some random guy just like in the all 4 boxes, and he looked like he was going crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Real as well. All down to the smoke play from up high. He's going for a joke. Johnny down. 1v1. And Real singing across the stage.
Oh no, oh no, oh no, 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 I'm dead. I'm dead. No way.
Did myself revive?
Nope. Honestly, it works out. I'm starving. Chris also call these my old man ship. Go out and Joe, I eat a bunch of tacos. Did you win? How do I have the same amount of eliminations as you?
Yeah, that's some horseshit there. There's no way that's true.
Come on, guys!
Olha que vai fazer frio.
Oh god, they're still second. They're on the other side. There's no respawns remaining. Oh no! It's all falling apart!
Yeah, there's still time left.
Oh, if they get the minute extension, it's done. Oh. 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 It's done.
Well, you said it was the law.
It is the law. No, this is literally, it's literally the law of control, though. It is, man. It doesn't matter how.
Scuff, official controller of the CDL.
Lembrando a todos, estamos já na reta final do torneio de hoje.
Monster Energy.
Do dia de hoje, né, do torneio, né? São 3 dias. Mas lembrando a todos, já temos muitos eventos mais do Call of Duty.
Series tied up 1-1. We continue on. On one side, Heretics trying to prove they can be a team that can battle into the top 3 or 4 again this year. There's a lot of competition.
Talvez eu grave todos os 4 dias inteiros.
We can make improvements now that old man father time is
faltam meia hora.
He played for a long time. A long time. No, when we were talking about it, I mean, 2014 to 2026. I don't know if someone's
mais ou menos meia hora.
sure, like probably Clay maybe is close. Yeah. It's like he's like 2008.
Yeah. That's a long time.
Long time.
Long time. But no, excited to see what Exceed can do on this squad. Impressive in the search and destroy. But now for the overload, being a new mode, probably a tricky one to work somebody into a team that was already struggling. What are your expectations maybe for them here?
I mean, honestly, just in general, because it's such a new mode, I feel like over the break, everybody probably got a little bit more proficient at this game mode, right? Just trying to figure out. Probably more efficient at, especially attacking what you want to do with the EMP as soon as you're going, as soon as you get killed, where do you want to be? Just, yeah, it was a new mode to everyone. So you're going to be watching scrims, going over it, watching VOD, and all right, we're doing this, let's just copy that.
You know, when I watch football, they talk a lot about like, kind of like red zone scoring percentage, right? So big, you know, once you're in the red zone, you actually...
Eu vou fazer assim, vou gravar os 4 dias em sequência, vou soltar os 4 dias em sequência. 24, 25, 26. 27, 28 e 29.
Yeah, just taking a chance. Yeah, taking
or the good teams from the bad teams.
E 30.
Just how quick you are, because yeah, I think that has been sort of the key, just watching.
Porque daí, semana 5.
Yeah, how quick you are. Within, well, that's kind of what I mean. As soon as you get 3-4, or even just right up the gut, attacking that B zone.
Pax West. E semana 5 em sequência.
Between an opening and 3 nades hitting you.
Vai ser ótima semana então.
Well, now you gotta deal with another attack quickly, and I mean that is 2 in 20 seconds.
Vai ser ótimo então aí.
Royal Ravens came out slow in the map 1 respawn, not the story here. Up 2-0 with the quickness. Heretics trying to slow this down. They've got possession now, hotel side.
Então semana que vem vai ser tão complicado, hein?
Now Hochal the second, beautiful out of craze. The playmaker in search and destroy doing it here now.
And that's what we talk about, sort of just tack usage, tack and nade usage, so important here between our professional team. Just
ganhar alguns presentes, cara, né? Carregou
enough time for a teammate to trade out that player. There's a chance for a counter cap for Miami instead as a defensive stance here for Ravens. And now you're going to try to rotate this. You see all the blue arrows. They do have to help Craze rotate this out. But they want to get this out of here.
It's funny. It's not something we talk about a ton. But like, I know when you're frustrated with a bad team, one of the first things you look at is if they have their nades. Like, you're a hit your bumpers guy. Like, hit your bumpers. Cap used to always say that, hit your bumpers. Like, if you see somebody die and still have their nade or stun, you'd be like pissed off in a respawn sometimes.
Especially like when you're trying to break hard points and everything.
Yeah. More for hard points, sure, yeah, but like
in general, they help you.
Yeah, they sure do. They sure do. But that used to get you so tilted years past. But Ravens, with a little bit of defense, now trying to mount their next offensive strike. Craze doesn't look right, and he'll pay for that.
Ó, estamos bem perto do final do capítulo de hoje.
Popping, and it'll keep them with a foothold here to try and push this forward. They did it through Green the first couple of scores. This time, going to go right the gut through Hotel, exceed the point man. Now it'll fall to Craze to try and find a timing on through. Can he get a kill for his ball carrier? Not going to happen. So Lurks wisely, he's already back.
O problema quando chegar na temporada de torneios que em junho, vamos ter um atrás do outro.
Quickly, you are still stuck in your base. So just great job out of Ravens. He takes his time, does Lurks, waits for his teammates off spawn, and boom, we're able to score. Up 3-0 is Ravens.
This has been a dominant piece of work. Still 2 minutes to go. I mean, I think it'd be a win, not a win, but if Heretics can just, I'll keep it here, down 3-0, if you can just stop this, you've had like a chance or two on offense if it weren't for nice defensive plays out of Ravens. I mean, if you could chip away at this lead, great, but I'd just be happy down 3.
Well, here's a chance here. Have a chance, but it's going to be Exceed who is able to find 3. Nero's going to find the 4. So, yeah, you had map position, you had EMP control, you were flying up the middle of the map.
Lembrando a todos vocês,
Then you sort of flip sides. It seems like that's what teams prefer now.
Não se saiu hoje mais cedo.
That Ravens is on, so
Ou saiu dia 22, hein? O evento do Xbox.
A streak's going to come in.
Mas hoje, 24.
Going to kill with his gun and the streak. Lurks is going to get another one. He is lighting it up right now at 10 and 9. He's going to drop though to Metal gunning in the back, but they're going to lose everybody else. Final push on third, maybe get to 4. Trakes is going to cut it off from the top window. He's going to take down a second as well. Beautiful play there from Trakes, but Lurks is still on fire right off of spawn and still beaming. Plays like that, just making sure the Heretics defense doesn't turn into offense.
Yeah, but this is what just is so tough if you're on the Miami side. It's like you get those set of kills, but you still can't get out of your
Outra
base.
tá lembrando a todos também, lembrando que um código de cabelo saiu já essa semana, aí ontem, da minha amor vai nessa da Gabilote, e logo em sequência, em fevereiro, temos a música de São Valentim. Se aproxima. Em 15 dias mais, São Valentim. Mais de 15 dias, né? Mais ou menos 20 dias.
You still get dominated for really that entire half, but that could be the difference. Honestly, that one score could be the difference.
Well, now you go to the different side.
I'd be frustrated if that was Ravens, honestly. We played that perfectly.
I mean, you use a streaky as well.
Outside of the last, like, 30 seconds to a minute. But still, I mean, I think you got to feel good overall. You put the hammer down.
Yeah, I mean, just quickly, you get back-to-back scores within 20 seconds. Just beautiful job, because it's not easy when it resets.
E também lembrando, também no São Valentim, temos eventos também da Capcom. Em algum momento, em fevereiro, mais provavelmente. Porque eles fizeram parceria, né, no de janeiro, né, que foi essa semana. Viemos focado no carro, na parceria com o carro do Liam e do relógio, né?
Now 19 and 13, great half out of him from the strong side, but what will this side look like? A nice opening
Então são duas parcerias que fizeram para aquele evento que a gente descobriu essa semana da Capcom. Quem não viu lá, veja na playlist aí bonitinho.
Just having that great map, he's gonna find himself 2 more kills. And I think this is what you need to do if you are Ravens. What Miami really didn't do. When you're able to find kills on that side of the map, just get it over towards plane. And really just control it, possess it, waste their time. And that's exactly what you were doing. Now Crazy's gonna find a couple of kills and you can go on attack.
Lurks 14 and 15, but he's had some great multi-kills. We'll see if he can tack another multi here. He'll do exactly that.
He's moving.
Looking for a third. Unfortunately, the player in the window, but gets 2 and does some damage, so helps his team. They lose everything after that, though, so Heretics now get some breathing room. They're going to be able to get EMP to their favored side. Some pressure on number 8 Metals mid-map to find some success. They already lost one player, so now the flank is going to be open. They have to worry about that. It's Super that's going to
Temos 2 horas e 41 minutos.
You're trying to get the MP4, but you still got 2 people back at your house.
Well, I mean, Craze was just lurking the entire time, Motel. He really didn't show up, but yeah, Lurks has been in your base.
Faltam 30 minutos exatos.
Well, he had a free shot on the one, so he was playing his life. And again, already 90 seconds off the clock, but now a chance here for Miami.
Yeah, it feels like Miami just need to enjoy that brief period of
Falta
control.
35 minutos de torneio.
At all. Like there's been, they have had 2 positive waves in a row just of kills. One sequence. And it feels like things might start to play out in their favor.
There's a chance of rotating this through A.
There we go.
Rentor's able to get through green. He finds the 1 kill, and that's all they need. That opens up that route.
It's so funny how different their scores are. Like, Heretics is a last-ditch effort in the first half, and then that where you throw all your bodies away to get the score. Not going to be able to chain anything together. It's not going to be clean as maybe Ravens have enjoyed, but the fact is it's a score. You're just down 1, which I feel damn good about considering how this game's felt for the most part.
Oh, 100%.
It's been about 30 to 40 good seconds for Heretics.
They're going to need a big defense here, and they did it again. Locking this down over towards A. Super's able to find 2. Just trying to play for the players off spawn.
I feel like we're watching like U.S. soccer for the better part of 20 years, where so we have 10% possession and we have a counterattack, we score a goal, maybe we win.
Ó, acabei de ver que uma notícia aqui que pode vazou o carro da Red Bull.
And just like the hopes of America will die with this team, Ravens get a
Vai ser chocante.
That's exactly how it would go. You'd have to open and maybe it would go away.
God damn it, Ghana!
It would go away.
Some country we shouldn't lose to.
It would go away.
Yeah.
But you're starting to shoot now is Miami. Great shots from Rentor on De Niro. Have EMP control. Still time to work with. But the nade's going to connect here from Ravens.
That's going to slow everything down. Super at least can get 1, and he dips. Nice shots there through the wall bang as well. Metals is ready for that fight, and you've got supreme control, but it's going to be narrow, turning it into a multi-kill. That one just can't happen. You win that, you're in pretty good position. But you still are the aggressor here. You've got mid-map. 1 wave of kills could turn into a score, but you're going to have to deal with Lurks and Nero now. Finding more fights through mid.
And Ravens have just done a good job. Yeah, they've never really had a 3-4 dead just clean. They've always had someone up. When that player is up, they're finding a multi-kill on the weak players. So Miami's attacks just have not been as efficient.
Miami tá na frente.
Yeah, it feels like the
4-2.
Like better for Ravens in spots, which doesn't really make sense based on where they should be right now.
No, true.
Right? Like it feels like Exceed's kind of slotted in here pretty well. We expected Heretics to find some big improvements over the break,
but it's
they're kind of getting outplayed in the team game right now.
There's a lot of these just clutch multis. You get another one if you are Ravens. You get map control, but Crazy able to connect onto 2, and now it just slows down this push.
It usually happens because comms are good and teammates are in the right position, right? That leads to those plays. But here we go. As you said, chance for the push. Rancor gets 2. That's funneling through for the score. 40 seconds to go, plus any overtime time if they're able to grab the rock. Some nice kills from Ravens, though, to
pode empatar, hein?
Those are massive. I mean, that is where you want to be if you're Miami. Just to find
Tem tempo, hein?
and slow this down so they don't get mid-map position. You would have had it right back if you were Miami. But massive gunfight wins on the Ravens side. This is going to be tough now for Heretics.
Yeah, it got so much harder. I mean, you win a couple of fights, and now suddenly you have someone able to take a route and get into your flank.
They're just going to run it away.
Yeah, exactly. Grab that thing, run it as far away as possible. Make a cup of tea. Ravens close it out 4-3 in a wild and frantic overload. Miami had some chances, but honestly, almost like the map 1 felt like more than a 50-point win. This one felt like more than a 4-3 win, just due to time possession and the capitalizing that Royal Ravens were able to do. It felt like it was just these you blink and you miss it type moments for Heretics were able to score.
Well, just
they felt discombobulated. I don't know what.
Oh, the first side was just cleaner for Ravens when they got. It was just 3-4 dead. And then
the second side they weren't.
Miami da direita, perdeu Miami então.
Just clean control like we saw Ravens have.
No, like they would get their first set of kills, but the second set just never happened.
They never got their setup. Yeah. I'll take a look and see if the stats tell us anything. Nero, not the best map 1, but a big respawn here in the map 3, so lead the way in damage. But honestly, just a pretty well-rounded effort. The slang maybe, well, I was going to say not as offside as I expected based on the map control, but the scoreline was just 1.
We have an accuracy stat now. I just noticed that for the first time. I may have had it all year. I don't know.
What did you learn?
I don't know. Seed had a 38%. Everybody else was right around 30%. It was cool to look.
It's like a stat I remember like caring about in Halo.
Well, it's just
not
like,
so much in this game.
Well, you pre-fire and stuff. It really doesn't matter.
Yeah, like,
but it was just cool. I've never seen it on the scoreboard. I might have blacked out.
Yeah, no, probably that's exactly what happened, Joe. The holidays happened. Royal Ravens, though, big when they need to. Chaining off that stellar search and destroy, they'll take the 2-1 edge.
Lembrando a todos também dos eventos do ano que eu venho aqui no canal. Vamos lá, não falei nada durante a live, mas vamos mostrar aqui, ó. Já teve o Xbox, o evento, ó, teve uma série inteira aqui no canal. Acesso, tivemos um evento da de várias empresas aqui no canal. A Microsoft também teve um evento dela aqui da Microsoft de eletrônicos, mostrando os PCs, os mini PCs dela. E também teve o evento do Xbox essa semana também. Também já vamos ter em breve mais um evento da PlayStation, deve chegar em breve agora em fevereiro. Se for a PlayStation, é da Capcom. Uma das duas vai ter em fevereiro mais um evento. Outro detalhe. Por que eu digo que tem que ter mais um? Porque o Resident Evil tem que ter mais um evento. Aunque já mostraram tudo no jogo, o gameplay do Leon. Se não tiver evento deles, mas deve ter um da Frontier, Unlock. Se não tiver Frontier Unlock, esse ano deve ter uma lá dentro da Frontier. Deve ter um problema lá dentro que estará impedindo de trazerem os eventos.
Why not? The CDL, let's have everyone to speed the same.
Let's do it. I'm in.
Which I don't think is possible.
Outro detalhe.
Draft system and stuff, so it doesn't really work that way. But Carolina will see what
os canais oficiais do jogo, The Film Manager, Planet Coaster, eles fazem live de algumas coisas acontecem, alguns updates, dentro de um canal desses. Talvez eu traga também dos canais também. E ele é uma franquia, porque do próprio estúdio, né? Talvez eu traga também assim também. Da própria. Trazer todos eles da franquia. Eu vou dizer da própria franquia para os próprios estúdios.
I think it's the entertainers.
No, okay, that's a better way to put it, Joe. I like that. Glass half full, glass half empty. You know? You
Outra
bring your energy up.
I'm on game 5.
É da
I like that. 60 degrees outside today. It's beautiful. We got some big playoff games.
PlayStation, que deve ter algum evento, algum momento, até março, mais ou menos,
I don't know what plan I'm on, honestly. Head colds, like,
do
couldn't tell you what I'm talking about or what I'm doing. I just hope I don't say anything too stupid, but no, that's basically where I'm at. I can feel a bunch of like snot
dos
just in my
estúdios da
brain
Band.
right now. It's ready to come out. But we don't have a player in a
Destiny.
Exceed so excited on the map 2 and 3.
Na DLC do Destiny. Vai ter mais um evento.
Coke or something. Monster. Yes, that makes more sense. Take a look at the stats of Super and Nero so far. And honestly, the series stats look pretty good for Nero.
Da Band deve ter algum evento no canal da PlayStation americana.
Damage looks great here for
Em março.
But yeah, Super, considering it wasn't a great map 1, he stepped it up here in maps 2 and 3.
E também deve ter outro da Capcom em abril, para falar um pouco mais do Pragmata aqui. Quase não chamou a atenção de ninguém, né? Outro detalhe, mais de Pragmata, já deve estar lançando em qualquer momento o Resident Evil, dia 27 do mês que vem. Um mês mais ou menos para lançar o Resident Evil. Vamos estar trazendo aqui no canal em breve, depois de agosto. Porque eu não vou comprar o jogo no lançamento não.
Especially when you have a
Tô honrando a
point,
minha pra
that
poder
is for sure. The fights will get back.
viajar.
2 mid and Nero started to be the hot hand. Can't get away with his life after the 2, and it's super that'll change
Viajar para a
together a couple.
Argentina.
Nobody in the point for now. It's going to be about the rotation as we head to the top side of the map out towards Solar. It'll be Heretics that are
Viajar
gonna be
mês é
first.
complicado para mim, galera. Viajar mês é
I'll get a kill
complicado.
in transition,
Por causa do
and we'll see if they can hold on to this
canal.
point.
And this is a we have just seen this AR duo just take over and Rencore and Super.
Tem que gravar pelo menos 4 meses de antecipação
Well, Super, he's gonna lose
de
that
vídeos.
first gunfight, and there we go. So you find the first couple of kills.
Pra não ficar tão atrasado.
Pops if you are Ravens.
Atrasado se botar, né? Mas na...
Right here for Carolina.
em vídeos,
Get more
não.
of those. They're going to be winning this map. Beautifully done. Not only did you get the break, but then you got the wave of kills after it to really turn this into some time. We know how chaotic it can get after a break. Or they slow it down. Next opportunity.
Então eu vou estar soltando gameplay. Bom, às 4 da tarde e às 6 da tarde, dependendo do dia, né? Porque o COD seguirá tendo prioridade nas 7 da noite.
Looking to get set up inside. Ravens can turn this one into time.
Yeah, I love that play from Trey. Just find a corner, wait for them to start to rotate. He's able to find 2, so slow down this first push. He'll come up off spawn safe inside of this P3, forcing this Miami team to have to break. Metal's able to play his life, and now it's all about the teamwork, all about the slides. So far, 2 for 2. Trying to break this is Miami. Close spawn still here for Ravens.
Se tivesse que gravar o evento e jogar no médio ao mesmo tempo, com os 2 PCs, eu iria fazer isso.
Well, like 4K damage, 37 kills. Very different map, but still looking to make his impact.
I mean, this is great for Miami, especially if they keep them spawning on the right side. I mean, P4 is really the money hill now on exposure, but instead they're going to end up getting flipped. So Ravens, they flipped ahead on the map. Now they're where they want to be.
Some big gunfights upcoming now. As Heretics try to get through, Metals wins it on one side. That's going to turn some heads.
Look at all the arrows just flying.
Sprinting. Just sprinting. The kill on one side might be the opening then for Trakes to get through on the other. So far, very good for Miami. Last player here defensively will be Lurks on the rotation. First guy here. He's going to drop. Beautiful from Miami in transition. But there is pressure from the front instantly due to the fact they had to have the fights in transition. We'll see if they can hold.
I mean, honestly, just both teams had chances there to really sort of chain that P3 time into this P4 rotation. Miami end up getting those back spawns, but fighting through the front is Carolina, and they're finding a bunch of kills. The pressure is on, and well, you get a clean break here for the Ravens.
Yeah, it seems like Ravens like, let's just not let them get comfortable. You know?
Yeah, no, that's what we saw in the Overload.
Yeah, Heretics
Outro
are very
detalhe,
comfortable in that map number
o
1.
tempo não tá mal aqui não, hein?
Since then, they have they really love the search. They seemed like
O mal
discombobulated.
vai ser depois do médico.
And
Quer
like I said,
dizer,
the overload as well.
ainda vai demorar a fazer o médico, né?
Don't allow Heretics to slow it down and get to their spots. Keep it chaotic, keep it messy, keep them guessing. Ravens up now, next hard point.
pouco mais de 10 minutos para terminar.
And you've got a player on either side of it for Ravens. Trying to get back to full was Nero. His teammate's going to lose the fight on one side. Now it should be Nero's turn to re-engage, but the reinforcements are there. Opening time to Ravens.
Yeah, really, when we
15 minutos para terminar o evento. 15 minutos.
Props to Nero, because he gets pushed out from P4 to get into that elbow position, find that kill, lead to the break for his team, and again, keeping this sort of transition here for Miami.
Lembrando, vou estar gravando isso aqui tudo em antecipado.
No, I was literally about to talk about Heretics like set up for the next hard point, and I was like, wait, that's 2 Ravens players on either side of it.
Yeah, Nero just got dropped through the middle of the map. Well, now their nades are connecting. They get right back to it. This 20 would put them up 50 points.
It feels like Heretics are just going to war for every single second. They're trying to earn. Granted,
Ainda hoje eu vou estar gravando já para
horrible spot, but
já pronto
it has been gritty. Super, who's had a
esse
great
vídeo
series, but you saw the stats before this. Struggling right now at 6 and 12.
para amanhã.
Might be due to the nature of how this map
Domingo, amanhã é domingão.
It feels like he's a guy when he gets to his spots, so tough to kill. That's when he goes on those big sprees, ends up getting streaks, but he hasn't been able to get there. He tries to go on a big route there to set up his team at this P1, but again, it just always feels like there's a number of Ravens in a spot to at least keep them off it.
Well, into our second set of rotation. Heretics trying to slow it down, clean things up. Ravens looking to keep it messy and run away with this.
Miami é de azul, é verde e laranja.
Zig. Dig in window. Dig in window.
Eu quero o contrário. Ele levou 3 semanas cumprindo esse evento, mas não sabia qual era qual.
I'm nading time. I have a bench. Stay up. Going all the way around.
Oh, he's out her. He's child out her. I'm waiting for
I got the kid on the bench. I got one on the bench.
I get you. Eagle top.
Super one shot. Enter. They're deep. They're spawning there. They're spawning there. They're enter. Johnny, you beat cut. One shot. You 1v1. I'm stunning it. He charged hard. I'm dead.
I didn't know fucking man.
I think he pushed close in.
Yeah, he good job.
Good job.
I made it.
There's that top enter.
They're gonna be going there. I pulled them this time.
Top right, road. Top right.
Super one shot time. Yeah, he's recutting you. Guys, good shit. They're gonna be new. Yep.
One could be on mid, guys. We're spawning.
Yeah.
Deep left, Rancor's deep left. Out of the spawn.
Tá muito difícil eles alcançarem.
Spawn in the back. Yellow one shot. Yellow absolute, guys.
They're gonna spawn easy.
Spawn up front. They're spawning in the back on you guys.
Flat. Oh, he threw a detonate. Flat with his side. He went low. He's going low.
Top window, tricks. One shot at a time.
Yeah, he's got low.
Top window, one shot. I'm one shot. I'm one shot. Back door. I'm detonating it.
I go back door.
I have a trophy in half a second.
Rancor's weak.
I have a trophy.
There's one zig.
Oh, you Logan. That's how you zig.
Yeah.
I spawned on deep.
Tell me yellow. Two back door. Two front guys.
Two back door. One's weak. One back door.
Nice. I spawned in the back. Pillar. He's low pillar.
I'm just getting out.
Okay. They're gonna spawn on you P4.
Logan shot.
I'm one shot. I'm hitting front.
He's dead.
One more P4.
I got spawned out. Both those guys spawn out.
Yeah. Rancor's gonna be out long.
I stunned it.
They're running through solar. They're running through solar.
Eight times.
No bullshit.
Yeah, we should play time, Del.
Yep. No, he's deep in the back. Super.
Del, I'm dead.
I got one trick running off.
Nice job.
Hitting front. One shot. There's one to top. He's gonna go long. He's gonna go long.
Go solar here. Someone go deep right, okay?
I am.
He might
leave this
play
Deep right. I needed deep right.
He's already deep right.
I didn't have to in. He's in my
I pulled time, guys.
I know what top. Back door.
Nice shot.
Stay alive here.
Back to time. Super. Then
nice.
Wait, back. He's front side time.
Yeah, deep back.
25 seconds.
Metals.
Heard you. I'm out new.
Metals is deep chat.
Back.
Nice. One more in the back.
Caramba.
Nice. You should play that.
This guy's new on me.
On time weak. On all tricks. Tricks spawn really weak. Laying down in the stairs.
Heard you. I have my friend.
Break sold. One shot. I'm backing up. They get me cut.
I have your con.
Get on you with. Backing up.
I'll back up.
You're good. Okay.
I like the comms out of Royal Ravens, but for Heretics, that was probably the first clean 4 dead. First time they got into their setup, and well, it forced Ravens to have to rotate early for the first time really on the map.
And there were still a couple of chances, right?
Yeah,
where Ravens were able to get in a P4 and just find those kills, but there was always one more Miami member. Now it's their turn to rotate, and well, at the start of this P5, going the Ravens away. Exceed and Lurks both finding kills, picking up the spawns. They have an idea that Drake spawns behind them, but Nero not gonna win the gunfight. So 2 go down, and you are potentially losing top mid control, but there we go. When it's getting messy, Ravens are winning.
Yeah, it was just simple.
They just want a 2v4 middle of the map.
It was just simple to listen in, but just constantly calling where they were spawning. I feel like with a new team and playing hardpoint, that's just, yes, do that. It makes the game easier, and probably why you're seeing them pick up splits and pick things up so well. They're common well, and yeah, the 2v4 too is going to be huge, but that'll be 3 dead. Chance for Heretics now, down 30.
Yeah, and a lot of the times when we talk about these younger teams, I mean, it's just sort of yeah, they are just younger due to nature, but you have a lot of experience on this Ravens side now, right? So yeah, they understand the importance of comms, what needs to be called out. Well, so far so good, but as you said, Miami, they're gonna find the 4 dead at the end of that P5. So far so good here at this P1, but Nero's gonna get on through, and Nero is hitting.
Ooh, he hits on every bullet there. I thought he was going to get all 3, but the sub of metals too strong up close and personal. Heretics get the lead down to 20. Some massive gunfights. And although Lurks hasn't had like, the craziest series statistically, he has had some big moment multi-kills. He really has had some insane kills. Playing with pace, playing with passion, on 4 in a row, and the pace is finding openings. Gets a kill, sets up craze, 5 straight now. 15 seconds remaining on the hard point. Ravens closer and closer to the W.
No, it just looks like he does not care, right? He's a guy that is going to slide in first, and whatever happens, happens.
That's why I think his POV is going to be one where like you'll watch it and you'll be like, how is he negative? Like, how is he this? Because like you'll see these insane moments. It's just when you play with a pace like that, like you just get caught sometimes. You have rough stretches.
You really do. Now a chance to put this series away. A big upset this would be. You just add Exceed. And well, Miami, they have to go now, but that is going to be a 3 dead. It's Semtex going to connect. It's on to Trakes.
Trakes trying to go massive for the squad, able to stay up in the corner, but not going to really matter because inside the point right now is Royal Ravens. The contest is in with 6 needed for the win. Craze trying to stay up. Everybody's going to fall. Heretics get the clearance. They can't win based off this time. You're going to have to be spectacular now if you're Heretics. On 5 straight is Trakes, some big play moments.
Faltam 15 minutos, exato.
A little bit of Hellstorm that could have been massive there for Trakes. He needed that gunfight, and now that's going to be 2 dead. So on to Super and Rencor. Maybe the 2 you would want to lock down this hill. Rencor's going to find a double. Close spawn is in 8 seconds here. Carolina can still win. So you have to go. Now we're going to head to another P4, P3.
Heretics are here. They've got a chance to do this. They've got to be perfect at this final point. They just had one more man every time they're the stretches. Ravens went for the jugular. But here comes the chaos. Numbers advantage for Ravens here for a moment. Player going to spawn out for Heretics. It's the last guy up.
Getting sandwiched.
Here comes the push. They line up though. The corner is good for Rancor, but still too many players here. The break is in and Ravens get it done with Exceed in the lineup. They walk away with an upset. They get the dub. He is fired up, and it's all smiles and passion out of the boys in blue.
Yeah, man, just impressive stuff after that map 1 for those guys. Just adding a new 4th. Yeah, I think pace is really the one thing that stands out to me. They are just flying around, playing together. When you look at the engagements between these 4, when we look at the scoreboard, everybody is close around like 30 and 30, flying and frying.
It's a big 3-1 victory, and now I guess I was kind of hoping the story was going to be like Heretics' improvements over the break, and like maybe we see something positive out of this Carolina team that we think they're going to improve. This is not what I expected. Now I'm worried about Heretics, and I'm pretty hyped up over this Carolina team. I mean, yes, it's early. Yes, I think there are still a lot of teams that may be better than them, but this is a good first foot forward in the league. I mean, Exceed came in and played great. I feel like Craze to me is just the glue for this team. I don't know.
Tá na frente no pontuação ali, ó, na direita e esquerda.
The comms were solid. Really, for the most part, a pretty good team effort.
Da tela esquerda, da tela do meio, não entendo muitos pontos aí.
Even that honestly had some really nice moments. But
and then I think for Miami, you probably just want to go back and look at, like, they won a lot of those rotations. Like, I think a couple of the P2s, they were there first. A couple of the P3s, they were there first. They just ended up losing it. Like, when they wanted to like try to slow the game down, it looked like they got in that spot, but Carolina just did enough.
Well, it's funny because when we think about like when Rancor first came into that team last year, a lot of the ways we were talking about Carolina is like how we talked about the Miami team. Like, they played so fast, they played chaotic, they had all these crazy hard points. But now it just felt like they didn't really thrive in those moments. Like that was all Carolina. They wanted to maybe slow it down, play more discipline, get to their power spots, and Carolina's wouldn't let them.
Yeah, and the key for that Miami roster was they won searches, right? They would get it to the game 5. So far, not really happening. Their search has been a struggle point throughout the year.
Yeah, well, you lose a player like Real. I mean, he was big for them in Search and Destroy. He played a massive role, but that'll do it for us. That'll do it for the matches. Let's kick it back over the desk to break it down, boys.
Well then, nobody saw this one coming as Carolina is able to walk away with the W. Nameless, let's start here with the Exceed story. Slasher announcing his retirement. Everyone wondering who's going to step in. Exceed gets the opportunity to come back into the CDL, and he made his impact felt tonight.
Yeah, definitely. And his teammates were loving it, right? Because they were reinvigorated. Everybody played so well in this series. And, you know, in the Search and Destroy, Exceed being able to pull out that sniper and kind of sway the game and assist Craze a little bit, they got the momentum back on their side. And with some momentum, these guys look phenomenal. Like, this is a Carolina team. People were saying they were done, they were dead, didn't matter what change they made. Well, clearly it had a massive impact because this Miami team, up until this match, was looking phenomenal. Like,
I'll be honest, there was not a lot of hype around Carolina coming into this one.
At all.
It was all on Miami's side.
Yeah. And Clint took the words right out of my mouth. It was like, my takeaway from this was Carolina just out Miami, right? Like not letting a bad situation get worse, whether that's losing rotation or losing ball possession in overload. Okay. Just the ability to keep it scrappy and keep it contested, whatever that is, ball control or the hill. They did that so well, especially on this exposure. I think a lot of these teams that maybe get frantic a little bit, you can control those frantic moments and a good outcome can happen from it. And that's what this Ravens team did majority of this game. And at the very end, able to close it out, get in control of P3. This is a completely different Ravens team. And if you're a team that was sitting in that bottom four, you got to be worried.
Royal Ravens, only 3 matches played. This is their first W, and they still have 4 more to go before we get to major number 1. The player on our screen right now, Lurks. You highlighted his play multiple times in the green room saying, oh, that's another heads-up play. That's another heads-up play.
Yeah, just willing to pull out both weapons, an absolute shooter.
Lembrando também, a Pax West será gravada em sequência também.
Who's going to make the play? He'll take his time and then he'll pounce, and he's so good at finding multi-kills in those moments.
Mas quando eu vou começar a gravar em sequência, eu não sei.
He seemed to be one of the stars, though, of this series was Exceed, and he earned your scuff play in the game. What did he do? Well, he sniped pretty good.
Yeah, in the podcast we were talking about this change that they had, and we were like, hey, I don't really think they had a sniper. Well, guess what? You got one now. Finds 2. And there was a shift in how Miami started to play the map after he did that with the sniper. It was like, okay, this is a legitimate threat. We have to approach this different. And then you got Nero. Can't forget about him. Nero's ability to find multi-kills. He just has that individual talent, man, where he can pop off and make a play like this at any moment.
Yeah, and we've got him on the AR this season. Former SMG with the new crazy SMG with a high rate of fire. Do we see Nero ever flexing back that direction with maps like Blackheart in the mix?
I mean, you might, honestly. Subs are getting better and better, and as the year goes on.
Lembrando, se quiserem ver algum evento, vão na playlist, veja qual vocês querem ver, porque
for now, we are joined live by the other sub in this duo. He goes by the name of Craze, and he gets first blood
ali na playlist bonitinho.
You are a monster
E não vai ter uma playlist de cada evento, não. Vai ter uma playlist só de todos os eventos do ano.
So can you kind of tell everyone else, though, what has your road been like getting to this position in the CDL?
Well, I mean, you guys saw it first before the break. Man, we were some ass. Like the practice wasn't going well. I mean, a change happened. Obviously, Austin retired. That's my guy. But honestly, we had a few trials. We played really well with Exceed, Caden. He's been really good to play with. Really fun. I mean, our practice has been going really well lately, and I mean, we showed it.
Craze, first of all, congrats on the win, man. You're playing so well out there, especially in the search, getting the momentum back. That's huge. But for you, coming into the league, first year as a pro, and you face adversity early on, right? Like your guys' leader and Slasher retires, and you have to make a change. What's that process been like, and how'd you guys come out on the other side looking so good?
I mean, it's definitely difficult. Like we were honestly playing with Austin. We weren't playing the best, but like when I got the call that Austin's retiring, we were like, damn, like what do we do now? Like what's the next step?
Yeah.
So it was like it was really tough, like picking between like who we want to like play with and like who could replace like kind of like the leadership that Austin brought, like in game and out of game.
Yeah.
And like I mean, Caden, we ended up picking Caden obviously, but like Caden brings like both in game and out of game like leadership. Just like he's kind of our in-game leader, like in the respawns at least for sure. So like, I mean, I'm just glad it's working out.
Big shoes to fill.
Yeah, absolutely.
Um passo de cada vez, vamos descobrir que ele era. Um passo de cada vez.
Like you guys bounced off each other really well.
E você vai, sabe, porque eu vou ter essa parte para o 25 já trouxe ela aqui no canal. Mas claro, Day 1,
this
Day
is my
2,
second time playing with
Day
Exceed. I
3,
played with him last year.
Day 1, Day 2, Day 3, Day 4.
For the last elite, we won an elite together. It was
me,
Exceed, Merc, and then Dylan Rex before he got picked up. But yeah, this is my second time playing with Caden, and when I played with him before, I even told everybody before we picked him up, I was like, it was really easy. Like he's an enabler.
Yeah.
He's good at search, brings great comms. Like it's just good. He's
good. It works out, man.
Well, we are playing on the new patch, and of course, with that comes the new map and a new weapon that has been seen a little bit today. Are you excited about the changes that we're seeing here for the new year?
Yeah, I mean, that MPC gun is just insane. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if it's in any longer. Like, I don't know what's gonna be. That gun shreds.
I need to see you
map black.
I need to see you pulling that gun out a little bit more, Craze. Your turn on the map.
Where's yours, bro?
Bro, I pulled it out. I just got belt. Like,
All right, well,
I couldn't buy one that one. Nah, that.
Grace, thank you so much. Congratulations on the win for the Royal Ravens.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
That is crazy. You can check out the Royal Ravens in action at Major 1. We're just 3 weeks away from going down to the first land of the year.
Yeah, in a couple of weeks from now, we'll be in Texas and we'll be crowning a champion. Our
Em
first
3
champion.
semanas vão estar em Texas, hein?
And you can see all of your favorite teams, including the squads that faced off at the start of the day. Let's rewind time and show you what happened at the kickoff here as we saw Celium and the Riyadh Falcons taking on Skies in G2 Minnesota. Minnesota doesn't go down without a fight. They take both of the hard points. Unfortunately, the searches were the difference today.
Yeah, I mean, Chris, coming into the year, we talk about all the teams, and we're kind of forecasting what they're going to be like. I don't think any of us thought that this Riyadh Falcons team would be able to come in series and just guarantee 2 search and destroys like that. That was an impressive win. Both those searches, Celium absolutely pops off, and just the way that they did it, like teamwork across the board, and losing 2 narrow hard points like that, you think that they would fold in the map immediately after. Brazilians got back in and won them both 6-4, 6-3. So Falcons.
Não vai ser nada fácil cobrir todos os eventos assim, não, galera. Do ano inteiro, que eu falei, já no evento das 6. Temos Call of Duty o ano inteiro. Pac West chega em setembro. Mas temos outros eventos ainda que chegam antes. Vai ser cabuloso, hein? Eu digo isso porque temos muita coisa para rolar esse ano. Acho que vai ser um novo recorde de eventos do canal. Lembrando, o dia que sairmos da Nath, não sai nada de evento, não.
Battle for top 8 as we get into the first major. You look at
de exclusivo dela é de exclusivo dela.
Right now we've got 5 teams sitting at 2-1. Who do you see moving up? Who's moving down? Because we got some big matches coming our way this week.
Yeah, I think LA Thieves moved down. They have tough games. I think their only match this week is Koi, and then the only match the week after that is Optic. So LA Thieves in a tough spot. They gotta win going forward.
Heretics and G2 both sitting at 1-3, and they are running out of time. The good news is you have a day off to prep as tomorrow kicks off with a banger. Vegas FaZe, that's right, FaZe Esports still exists. They're be taking on Optic Texas. We got Boston Breach facing off against Vancouver Surge, and we close it out with Cloud9 and Paris Gentlemates. What's the best game of the day?
Oh, match number 1, FaZe versus Optic, E-Classico. It's going to be an absolute banger, and in my opinion, a genuine pick-em. Both those teams have been looking great.
Awesome schedule and an awesome day number 1. Ant, what did you learn today?
I learned that, hey, man, sometimes you're one roster move away. So keep your foot on the gas pedal. Find these players and challengers who can prove your team.
Let us know who do you have winning tomorrow's games. We'll be joining you 2:45 Eastern live here from the CDL.
Bom, galera, esse foi o nosso primeiro dia de hoje, depois da volta do COD, né? E eu gostei muito do que eu vi até agora, gostei, mas um deles perdeu sem jogar, né? Perdeu fácil e rápido, foi um dos primeiros jogos que a gente viu aqui. Foi até rápido o episódio de hoje. Hoje vocês estão vendo com um horário estelar. Claro, esse vai ser o horário oficial de Call of Duty às 7 da noite. E não só de COD, de todos os eventos longos, de mais de 2 horas, vai cair aí nesse horário. Obrigado, nós temos que cair nesse horário, obrigado. Porque importante, ganhamos todos os eventos conforme os horários que correspondem de tempo de vídeo. Então, lembrando, hoje é 24, começamos com Call of Duty, no 25 seguimos com mais Call of Duty, e 26 também, 27, 28 e 29.
Let's go. Holy shit.
I just jinxed the Falcons.
Talvez caia também 30 e 31 e primeiro.
Região.
Também. Ok? Se conseguir pegar a tempo. Então, muito obrigado a todos por me acompanharem aqui no evento de Call of Duty. E eu agradeço a todos do fundo do meu coração. Mas antes de despedir, claro que assim, não posso esquecer de mostrar a vocês
exibição de no
o meu Instagram. Aí está, galera. Me siga, me escreve. E vamos lá bater os 1000 seguidores no Instagram. Essa semana, se Deus quiser, teremos muito mais aqui no canal. Muito obrigado. Valeu. Falou. E eu fui com muito amor e carinho para vocês. Amanhã trago uma convidada com muito amor e carinho. Meu amor, uma Natália Gavelotti está conosco também no evento de Call of Duty. Beleza?
S28, Plouto, interromper transmissão.